Over the past 3 years, Get Your Teach On's Rock Your School has transformed classrooms all across the world. Now in 2021, with classrooms and schools looking just a little bit different, we've had to reimagine what Rock Your School is going to look like. And we want you to be a part of it. So, how about some backstage passes? Get Your School's Rock Your School rally starts right now. What's up, Edgy Rock Stars? Happy Saturday, everybody! For the next 2 hours, we're going to be hanging out right here on Facebook, launching Get Your School's Rock Your School Reimagined, a week-long week of events at schools where we reimagine and take a look at what Rock Your School is going to look like in 2021. We have some amazing things planned for you this morning, including 8 mini PD sessions, some free resources, and the best part, some giveaways. We also have some Q&A panels with the Get Your Teach On leadership team, some looks into Rock Your School in the past, and it all starts right now. Now, if you want to be a part of our virtual audience, in the comment, there's going to be a chance for you to join our virtual audience link, and you're going to need to be there for our giveaways. But just like a sold-out concert rock tour, you're going to have to be fast to get that spot in that virtual audience because they will close after the first number of people. So every round of our giveaways, you're going to have to be the first to click into that virtual audience for your chance to win those prizes. So let me know in the comments if you are ready to rock. Let me know where you're watching from. Some of our West Coast friends are up very early this morning. They're powered by coffee, but our Rock Your School rally is powered by our friends at Really Good Stuff. Really Good Stuff has been transforming classrooms of teachers all across the world, and they know what it means to rock their school. Thank you, Really Good Stuff, for believing in education and Rock Your School Day. We're going to talk more about them later, but right now, let's get this party started and head on over to Atlanta, Georgia, where Hope and Wade King are rocking this morning. Good morning, Hope and Wade.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Welcome to the Rock Your School rally. We are so excited for today. Welcome to our office. I think by this point, they've actually been in every single room of our household throughout this pandemic and quarantine time.
Yeah, Maverick will be coming across soon, so
You'll probably hear him at some
It's
point.
fine, though.
Yeah, and
It's fine.
so my mom and dad are here watching him. Who knows what's going to happen at the rally? It's so unpredictable. So, and also, Chris, I don't know, but I feel like a e-news correspondent. I'm
So
living
weird.
out my best life with these mic flags right here. So yeah, I'm ready to rock.
I love the addition of the microphones to this live. If you join us for Merry and Bright New Year's Eve, you know that the surprises that we have in store are just getting started. So before we get right into things, I want to get as many Edgy Rock stars in here as possible. So go ahead and share out this Facebook video. You know I'm one for giving away all the prizes. So go ahead and share this video right now and let everyone know to tune in live on Facebook. We're going from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, full of PD, ideas to rock your school, free resources, and of course giveaways, and you're going to want them to be here. So share this video out right now to let everyone know, and let's take a little blast to the past and talk about the vision of Rock Your School. So Hope, talk a little bit about the vision of Rock Your School and how it all started.
Yeah, so actually, once upon a time, my mom and I were driving to the local trash dump to put all of our trash in the trash.
Your mom's favorite place to go.
My mom's favorite place to go.
By
She
the way,
loves to clean. And
loves
so
to clean.
on the way there, it was getting time for our national Get Your Teach On conference. And Chris was on the phone, and we were talking and chatting. And I guess our best ideas come to us, I don't know, when we're throwing out trash, because Chris and I, we were like, we should have everybody at one time, one day, come together and do something really, really amazing. Not that educators don't do things that are amazing every day, but let's highlight it. Let's bring it to the forefront. Let's really show who educators are and what they're about. And so I don't even know, Chris, how it happened, but all of a sudden we were like, it's going to be Rock Your School. And the first year we had, I can't even remember, I think it was like over 10,000 people participate. And then last year we had over 50,000 people participate. And it has just grown every single year.
Yeah, it's pretty much organically morphed into something that
Magical, I don't know.
that we didn't even expect to happen. On this day, right now, this year of 2020, 2021, we have realized how isolated we can really feel.
Yes.
Teaching virtually, hybrid, whatever it is. And in the past, if you were a teacher who was trying to go all out in your school, trying to go above and beyond, trying to create moments, sometimes those teachers felt the same way that a lot of teachers do right now. They felt isolated, they felt tired, they felt worn down. And this day has turned into a day where everybody around the world, we're united as a family. I mean, with internet, with social media, we've become best friends with people all over the place. And that's what this community is all about. That's what the Get Your Teach On community is about. That's what Rock Your School is about. It's just about doing something different that makes you excited as the teacher, but then also can inspire your students to want to be lifelong learners.
Now, I love that way you talked about 2020, 2021 has looked different. So that's why Rock Your School this year, it was supposed to happen to September. Now it's postponed to February, and it has a little new title, Rock Your School Reimagined. So talk a little bit about what does that mean, Rock Your School Reimagined? Because although it has the same goal to engage students, to create this magical place in classrooms, it looks a little different this year, whether you're face-to-face, hybrid, virtual. This rally is going to be for you because you're going to take away ideas you can bring back. So talk a little bit about what does Rock Your School Reimagined mean for this year?
Yeah, so our Get Your Teach On team is built of incredible educators who are spread all across this nation, and they are teaching in all different types of models. And when we got together and started talking about Rock Your School, as a matter of fact, a lot of them were like, I don't even know. I just mentally, I can't get there. I can't even think about rocking my school. I'm literally just trying to survive. And so we were like, okay, well, what do teachers need right now? What do we need in education right now that we can do? And our team said, let's reimagine it. Let's switch it up. Let's make it about teachers. And, you know, I feel like the joy for education, I'm sure that every teacher that's watching this right now can say, you know, I've lost some joy. I've lost some enthusiasm. I've lost some passion. It's like been piled under the pandemic and all of the changes that we're seeing and all of the uncertainties. And so our team was like, what if we just shuffle a little bit of that off and we get back to just those small moments of joy? So many people, when they think about Rock Your School, they think about going all out and it being huge and this big event. And this year we're here to say it every year. But this year we're here to say that is not what this is about. This is about those small changes that can yield big impacts for ourselves and bring back the joy and bring back our spark for education, which is going to rock our students. And so I love what I was reading Corey Markison's, one of our team members, post today, and she said, let us be your thought partners. And that's exactly what today is about, us all coming together. We've got some amazing PD sessions. You're going to see how simplistic these ideas are, but truly it's about even you in the comments. We're asking that you be interactive, you share out ideas, because today is about us coming together, not us coming to add one more thing to your plate, but all of us saying, how can we bring out the very best parts of education and stop focusing on all of our problems? Because when we start focusing on our problems, we forget our purpose. And so today is about, let's be thought partners, let's bring back the joy of education, and let's get refocused on our purpose.
Yeah, I mean, it's, again, this is organically happening. And in 2020, that was the year to sit and listen and to learn. And it was a growing year. And that's what Rock Your School has really done. When Corey and the leadership team talked to us about what Rock Your School really needs to look like, this is what's going to look like going forward. This is about the teachers. It's not about doing the most to where you're super exhausted. It's about re-energizing yourself and making teaching exciting again. And so this is not just this year. That's what Rock Your School is going to be. It started out as being just a fun day. Then it started out as being a community. And now it's all about pouring back into the teacher. So it's all three of those things, but also focusing on the kids every single moment of the experience. So yeah, we're excited.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a great time.
Over the next 2 hours, there's going to be something for everyone. So whether you want to go all out for your students, whether you're virtual, whether you're face-to-face, whether you just want to do one little thing, you're going to have all the resources from our incredible presenters today. We're packed with mini PDs sessions, free resources that you're going to get at the end, and a community like Hope and Wade just talked about to build those ideas off of as we get ready to rock our schools, Reimagined, February 8th through 12th. In just a few weeks, it'll be here. So this is our official kickoff. Now, in the comments, you'll see the link for our virtual audience. You're going to want to be in there if you want to win some of our incredible giveaways. And if you've been on any of our lives over the past few months, you know that they just get getting bigger and bigger. So click on that link in the comments right now to join our virtual audience, because we are about to bring them in just a minute. But before we do, we won't take a commercial because I I don't have that power to send you off to a commercial like on TV. But Hope, I want to give them a sneak peek at some of the resources that they're going to get after watching today's rally.
Oh my gosh. So again, I cannot shout out the Get Your Teach On team enough. You're going to get to meet a lot of them today. But they have just been putting their heads together. And again, we were like, how can we literally give and set teachers up with everything that they need, again, to be able,
shop.
To be able to where they're not having to pour a ton of time, a ton of thought, because we know that they don't have that right now. And so, I mean, the amazing Sarah DeLuey has created so many graphics, even if you're just changing up your Zoom screens throughout the week. We're going to talk about music playlist. We have got a whole starter pack, which has every letter that you could imagine if you want to invite other teachers in your
community
building.
letters.
If you want to send it to your
letters,
admin, to parents,
templates.
to all the things. We have got even the most simple things, just, acts of kindness throughout the week of Rock Your School, even if that's all you're doing. We've got a pyramid to where you can see what's going to take the most time and effort to what's going to take the least. So if you're like, okay, where do I fall in this? What time do I have?
Simple daily activities that you can do throughout the week.
Even things that's just going to spark, maybe an idea that you have. But we are literally going to hand it all over to you and set you up for success during that week, whether you're choosing to do one day or all 5 days. We are going to give you a ton of incredible resources, but also these are for Rock Your School and beyond. So these are things that you can use beyond just Rock Your School, just again, to reignite that joy, reignite your passion a little bit, and hopefully save you some time and some thought so that you can pour that into yourself.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to be talking about all of those resources throughout today's broadcast, but they can all be found at shopgyto.com for free. It's a free download. You'll just go in there. You'll have to enter your information. You will have to put your billing address, but that is just for the platform that it's on. There's no way to get around that, but it is free. So you'll just download it straight from there. You'll get an email with that download after you put all the free resources you want in your car. And if I were you, I would just add every single one because each one is better than better. You have your Rock Your School starter kit, all the resources Hope and Wade just talked about, shopgyto.com. That's where all the free resources are located. Add them to your cart. So I think it's ready to start this party with a giveaway. What do you guys think?
I love a good giveaway. Let's do it.
Yeah, why not?
Let's go. So please welcome for the first time today and the first time on a Saturday, our one and only Get Your Teach On virtual audience. Make some noise, virtual audience.
Look at those faces
Here they
this
come.
morning.
They're ready to rock. There they are.
They are ready.
Our virtual audience from all across the world. Pretty incredible. They are ready to rock. I see some rock stars right in there. Now, remember, each round, we're going to ask our virtual audience to leave the room and then click back when we tell you to, just like a sold-out concert tour. You're going to have to be the fastest to click to get in there, just to let everyone have a chance to win these prizes. So, here's how it's going to work. Hope and Wade, you have some VIP backstage passes there. Is that correct?
That is right. We sure do.
We absolutely do.
There we go. Now, those are all access to the Rock Your School Rally, and they have some incredible prizes that go with them. So, if you're chosen to participate in our first giveaway, or any of our giveaways today, you'll have to choose a backstage pass that Wade has. So, they're numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. You'll have to choose which backstage pass you want. Now, you might want to choose the backstage pass, or we have upped the game on some prizes that Hope will counter offer. So if you've joined us, you know how this game works. So you can have what's on the backstage pass, or you can know your prize right away and something Hope has. So, are you ready for our first contestant?
Let's do it.
Yes.
I think that's a yes. Are you ready? Okay, virtual audience, make some noise. We're looking for our first contestant. Here we go. Who's ready to rock?
All right, let's see.
Is Chase picking?
Chase can pick.
Chase, pick us somebody that you think is just going to rock educational as always. But you got to pick one. We're going to put it over to Chase.
You got to find his cursor, he says.
There we go.
There we go. Ready to rock. I love the earrings. You literally look like a rock star already. How are you? Tell everyone your name and where you're from.
Hi, everyone. I am Lindsay Wheaton, and I am from Northern Virginia, right near D.C.
Awesome.
Now, Lindsay, you've been to Get Your Teach On before. You've rocked your school before, correct?
Yes, I have.
Talk about your experience with Rock Your School and what it meant for the teachers at your school, your students. Talk a little bit about your experience with Rock Your School.
Yeah, so I rocked my school the first year that you guys had it. That was my first year at my school. And I got my team on board, my school on board, and we had a rock star day. And it was just amazing. The kids came in, there was lights flashing. The kids were just so excited. And they kind of felt like it was like their day. And they said, oh my goodness, this is the best day ever. And you're learning.
I love it.
Yeah. So,
now,
and then
today might be your best day ever because you're about to win big. We got delays in all different cities, but we're making it work. So you're about to win big. So you know how the game works. Do you want to choose one of the backstage passes or Hope? What could she win right now?
Or you could win a free registration to a Get Your Teach On conference, whether you want that to be a virtual one or one of our Crush Your Fingers upcoming in-person conferences.
oh my goodness, that's so hard.
We wanted to make it hard.
I think I'm going to go with the registration.
Oh, she chose that's
Registration.
awesome.
I would do the same.
Awesome. So we
I
will
would've
see
done
you
the
at
same.
an upcoming virtual or in-person Get Your Teach On. We can't wait. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. We'll see you soon. Now, that means all 4 backstage passes are still up for grabs. I don't know, who will it be? Virtual audience. Is it going to be you? Let me see. Is it going to be you, virtual audience? Who wants to win one of those
I think
backstage
they're ready.
passes? There we go.
I think they're ready.
All right, they're ready. Now, stay tuned. Virtual audience, we're going to ask that you leave the room for right now and then hop back in for our next giveaway, okay? So we'll see you on Facebook. You're going to hop back in when it's time for our next giveaway. There they go. I see them popping up already. To let everyone in. Okay, the set list is set. The band is ready to go. I think it's time to get this show started. What do you guys think?
Let's go.
All right, Hope and Wade, I'm going to turn things over to you to kick off our first PD session.
All right.
Yeah, as Chris has already told you, and we've been telling you on social media, we've got some amazing PD sessions for you today. Again, we've got 8 all different presenters, all different perspectives, all different classroom dynamics,
all different
right
personalities,
now. All different
talents.
personalities.
Oh my goodness, it's
and
so good.
we wanted to give you just a wealth of different resources. And so to kick things off, we are going to start out with one of my favorites. Well, they're all my favorites, so I'm probably going to say that every time. But one of our good friends and one of our Get Your Teach On team members, Sarah DeLuey, and she has created an incredible resource that she is going to explain to you.
Good.
It is so simple. It's a resource that anybody can use. And so let's turn it over to our good friend, Sarah. Here she is right now.
Hello, Get Your Teach On family. My name is Sarah DeLuey, and I am here today to share one of the resources that you will all be getting today. I'm going to show you guys how I might use it in my classroom, and then I hope inspire you guys to make it your own for your classroom. Whatever that looks like, if you're in person or virtual, it'll work both ways. Now, because I'm going to be doing a lot of clicking around, I'm going to take you guys right into my computer and show you guys how it's done. All right, you guys ready? Let's go. All right, now we're inside my computer. I can show you guys what's going on. You guys are going to get this document and you're going to have to make a copy of it. So when you open it up, you'll see that all of the slides are blank. For today's demonstration, I put in a little activity to show you guys how exactly this works. So what you guys are going to do is you guys are going to play the piano, right? You're just going to hit play and you're going to stop at a random time. Wherever you stop is where you're going to click over on the right side. So I'm going to click on the 8, and the 8 is going to bring me to that slide. Everything is linked. It's lovely. So for this particular activity, I might do it with my first graders where we're working on punctuation, and we will listen to the song and we will try and figure out which kind of punctuation goes with this lyric. I like to call it pickin' punctuation. And you can see that I made all of the punctuation marks down at the bottom with the pics that you guys will be getting in your resources today. Once you guys have done that, you can just click on this Let's Rock pick and it will bring you back to the main screen and you do it all over again. And so we go to 1. And so we listen to the song and we decide which punctuation needs to go there. Now, I added this down at the bottom, the rule of duplicates, because I think that this is a really fun thing to implement in your classroom when you're doing things that are random. So my rule of duplicates is that we do an air guitar for 15 seconds. So we rock out to an air guitar for 10 seconds. 10 seconds. So if we were to get a 1 or an 8 again, then we would all stand up and we would do the air guitar. And we might listen to one of the songs in one of the slides. So I just think that's a fun little engagement piece to add in there. Here's another example of something that you can make using the resources that you get today and the piano, of course. So this would just be a brain break that we would do throughout the week of Rock Your School, because it has to be rock and roll themed, right? So we go to the piano, we hit play and pause at random times. And whatever it lands on, we go over to the side to the corresponding number. And that is the dance move that we do together as a class for, as long as you want, really. I'd say a good 30 seconds is good to break it up. Down at the bottom, I added a really great rock band, Led Zeppelin. So this would be like our theme for the day. We're rocking out to all the Led Zeppelin songs. So click play. And it doesn't really go, but it works. And you feel silly. One of my favorite things to do with my students is dance. Those are the memories that always stick with me. So I figure anytime we can do that in the classroom, we're going to do it. So I hope you guys have some ideas for how you can use these resources in your classroom for the week of Rock Your School Reimagined. And I hope that you guys just have fun with your students. Get up and dance around, and I hope that these resources can bring you some joy and maybe some relief that you don't have to make them for that week. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.
So creative,
Thank
so much
you,
fun. Holy
Sarah.
cow. Yes.
Also, I've just got to say that I love the fact that I'm twinning with you, Sarah, because that means that I'm fashionable and in style. So I feel good about that.
So, that's just one example of what we're going to be showing you all throughout the day and how tangible and how easy it is to just rock your classroom. Where we're going to give you tips, tricks, tools, all of these different things that all you have to do is just simply show up.
And that is a resource that you are going to get that you can use and integrate, as she showed you, with any content. And it's those just simple things like that. It's not about doing anything big. It's not about doing anything extravagant. It's simply about doing something different. And different can be small but mighty. So keep that in your mind as we continue throughout our Rock Your School Day. As Wade mentioned, we've got lots of those simple tips coming at you all morning long. So we are going to bring back in our good friend Chris in Orlando
to
set us up for our next Rock Your School rally.
Your mic's muted. Hang on one second there.
This is called 2020. Now it's 2021.
This is Zoom. It's what we do.
Teachers, y'all get this better than anybody. Unmute yourself, Chris. Unmute yourself.
I included me, but I can't reach my computer. There we go.
There we go.
So speaking of Sarah, everybody's rocking their Rock Your School new merch designed by Sarah Dooley herself. This is now available at shopgyto.com, and some designs are already sold out. So you have a number of different designs to choose from at shopgyto.com. You'll see the Get Your Teach On leadership team wearing it as well. I have my Rock Your School official t-shirt. You have some awesome hoodies. I rocked my Nirvana-inspired band sweatshirt last night. Check out the Get Your Teach On Instagram and Facebook pages for more pictures of the Get Your Teach On team rocking those designs. Thank you, Sarah. They are incredible. And like I said, some already sold out. So you're going to want to head to shopgyto.com and grab those designs while you still can. Get them for your whole team. Send a group text. Get them for your whole school. Whatever you want. Get everyone in their gear ready to rock their school February 8th to February 12th. All right. Now, also, speaking of Sarah, all those resources you're going to get are also available at shopgyto.com, including that piano like Wade and Hope just talked about. So Like we said earlier, go to shopgyto.com and add those free resources as well. You're also going to make sure you register for the event at rockyourschoolday.com so you can get more resources as we count down the days to rock your school. Now, I'm going to kick things over back to Hope and Wade for our next mini PD session. Hope and Wade, take it away.
Yeah, we're going to keep things rocking. You see what I did there?
Keep it rocking,
You see what I
keep
did
it
there?
going, like we ain't stopping. That's all I got.
I love it.
Okay, I was waiting.
I felt it flowing, but
I was waiting to see if there was more,
It's still morning.
All right, you guys. Next up, we have another incredible presenter, Monique Waters, and she is going to talk all about room transformations. Now, what I love about her sessions, what I love about her session is she literally brings it down. She talks about how you can make this work in person, how you can make it work in a virtual setting, and how you can simplify what so many of us love, a good room transformation. Again, you don't have to do a room transformation, but she's going to give you some strategies to simplify it, make it easy, but also make it fun for your kids.
And also, I mean, we know we have to be safe during COVID and all of that, especially if you have kids in the classroom, and she teaches in the classroom. And
kindergartners.
But she's going to give you some tips and tricks on how to do a room transformation safely as well. So
all right, so help us welcome to the Rock Your School Rally, Miss Monique Waters.
Hello, beautiful people. My name is Monique Waters, and I am a kindergarten teacher in Ohio, and I am so excited to rock my school, and I hope that you are too. So my idea for rocking my classroom this year is a room transformation. I know what you're thinking. How in the world am I going to change my classroom right now with all of the restrictions I have in place? Or maybe you're teaching from home and you're wondering, how am I supposed to change my at-home office or the little corner that I have to do the work that I need to do? Well, remember, Rock Your School is all about doing something that's different. It doesn't have to be extreme, expensive, or over the top. It's just something that's different that gets your students excited for learning. So when I think about virtual learning, I think about the slides that I use in my classroom and how fun it would be to just change the theme of those slides. You're telling me that when my students come in that morning and they see a whole entire fun themed slide that's new and something they haven't seen before, that they're not going to be excited? They will be so excited. And then just adding a little pizzazz or something to my lesson will get them so thrilled and engaged and ready to learn. Maybe you're teaching in person. It can be as simple as putting butcher paper on your students' desk or tables that they can draw on and decorate themselves. Or you could get tablecloth or something like that. It doesn't have to be something that's crazy extreme. Adding fun lights like disco lights or backlights and things like that to change the scene up a little bit. All can be fun things that will get your students excited for whatever lesson you're teaching. Or we can always resort to costumes. You're telling me that if I show up on my Zoom call or even in person with a crazy hat on and a tutu, that my students aren't going to be like, what is happening? They will be so excited and engaged and ready to learn. And that's what Rock Your School is all about. It's all about getting our students excited and having fun and just ready to learn and doing something new with them. So I hope that some of these ideas were things that you can use in your classroom. And I can't wait to see how you rock your school. Thanks, guys.
I mean, I just love her so much. I mean, first of all of our presenters, they are super swamped. They are feeling all the feels. They are excited. They're nervous. They're stressed. They are happy. But they love teaching so much, and we have seen that so far with our first two presenters. Monique, thank you so much. I mean, tangible takeaways.
Yeah,
Easy.
and I just want to say, I think a lot of times what we forget is, as educators, this is the first thing right here that rocks our school, that rocks our classroom. And Monique does such a good job. Right. And what I love about her too, and any of our team members or anybody you see presenting today, if you're following any of them on social media, they are so real, raw, talking about the difficulties right now. Nobody's shying away from the fact that this is hard. This is challenging. This sucks, for lack of a better word. But at the same time, how can we keep moving forward? And so we have to remember so much, it's hard because we wear a lot of our emotions right here, but then that's so contagious for our students. And so what I love about Monique is she is one of those that's sharing how difficult, how challenging, how she is up late at night. but she shows
That
up
joy.
and she shows up with joy, and that right there can be enough to rock your school. So once again, a simplified way to incorporate room transformations, if that's something that makes you happy. Thank you so much, Monique, for simplifying it, for sharing your tips and tricks. So many teachers are going to benefit from that. So let's toss it back over to our friend Chris in Orlando, because I think that now that we've got some PD under our belt, it might be time for another giveaway.
Yeah, I feel like 2 is a good starter, but I'm ready to give away some more prizes. So if you're on Facebook right now, go ahead and click that link right in the comments to join our virtual audience. We're about to bring them in and give away some more prizes to rock your school. So please welcome back to the Get Your Teach On Rock Your School Rally, our live virtual audience. Virtual audience, are you ready to rock?
We've even got babies today. We've got everybody at the Rock Your School Rally.
Now, wait. Notice everyone has a cup of coffee, though, this morning in the virtual audience. They're all powered by coffee. I love it. All right, let's choose someone from our virtual audience to be our next contestant.
Here we go. Who we got, Chase? Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? He had someone. They went away.
He's so sad.
Who is it? Who is it? Oh, here they are. Here they are. Let's. Oh my word!
Oh!
How's it going? I can't see the virtual audience right now. I see the leadership team. So I'm assuming it's someone that maybe we know, or they're dressed up.
Well, what you're missing, Chris, is that whoever this is, and we're about to let her introduce herself, but before that, she has got a precious little tiny baby.
I'm gonna have to catch the replay. Introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from and what do you teach.
Hello, I'm Haley Rackley, and I teach first grade here in Paducah, Kentucky at Community Christian Academy.
Woo! And Haley, where are you right now?
Where are you, Haley?
At?
We are currently all in here in my partner's classroom here at school.
Oh, hi,
in Paducah,
everybody.
Kentucky.
What's up?
Hello, everyone.
Okay, and
you're rocking out already for this rally. I love it. I love it. So
they are. Hold on,
literally
Chris.
Rocking.
Hold on. She's literally rocking. I don't. Can you see her yet, Chris?
Yeah,
Okay.
Chris isn't gonna
So Chris,
I see something moving back like this, but the thumbnail is like this small for me. So,
okay, so hold on
I'm
though,
assuming
Chris.
he's the cutest baby in the world.
Hold on though, because we have to have an introduction to this sweet little. This is giving me straight up baby fever right now. So I think Chase did this on purpose. But can you introduce us to this precious little one?
Yes, this is future teacher rock star Mackenzie Grace.
Mackenzie.
She is 2 weeks old.
She's 2 weeks old.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. I'm gonna get back to it.
Yep.
I'm gonna get back to it. But oh my gosh, that is the most precious thing. Okay, Chris, I'm turning it over to you now for real. We're ready to go.
Okay, now you're totally fine. Now this is great because you're with your team, and there are some team prizes on the backstage passes that you could win. You could win, but there are also some team prizes that Hope has to counter offer. So you're gonna have to really collaborate together to decide what you want to do.
We're good
So
at that.
there's 4 backstage passes. All 4 are still available. You can choose one of the backstage passes. Or Hope, what could she win?
Or speaking of team, Chris, the next thing that I have is a Get Your Teach On team package, which means you'll be getting merch for your team, some book bags, some sweatshirts, some Get Your Teach On gear. That's what we have as the second prize. So,
Okay, guys. Merch. We love a good merch. Okay, we are gonna go with the merch.
another one.
Of course her team in the room said, yeah, get the one that benefits us. We want the one that benefits us. They don't know what the other one is. They're like, we're going for that. All right, your team's going to be rocking the Rock Your School and Get Your Teach On merch. We'll contact you after this. You can email info@getyourteachon.com to claim that prize. Thank you, Haley, for joining us and literally rocking. And that future Edge of Rockstar right there. We'll see you on a future Rock Your School rally, okay?
Bye,
Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
That was so cool.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that was cool.
That Do you see that, Wade?
It's not happening.
Wade, do you see that?
Anytime soon.
Chris, do you remember
It's
when
fine.
Wade called me out in front of all of Get Your Teach On and said that he wanted a baby?
Yep.
Yes.
You remember that?
And look where we are now. So
And now? Okay. I think
Nope.
that was like a sign. Okay, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, there we go.
you can
All
call
right.
him out now if you'd like, right now.
I think I
mean,
just
all
did.
Get Your Teach On's here
I think-
too.
I think
Okay,
I-
there we go. Perfect. Okay, there we go. baby number 2 coming next year. All right. So we are about to head on over with our Get Your Teach On leadership team. Our leadership team has been meeting virtually to plan all incredible things for this upcoming year. They planned the Rock Your School Reimagined, the merch line, all the things for this upcoming year. And we have members of the Get Your Teach On leadership team here today. So I'm going to turn things over to you, Wade, to introduce our leadership team. And we're actually going to do a Q&A panel. We've asked you guys over the last 24 hours, what questions or concerns do you have about Rock Your School or just teaching in general right now in 2020? And your Get Your Teach On leadership team is here to answer for you. So Wade, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, you introduced them, so it's fine. But no, seriously. Hope and I love each and every one of you, including you, Chris. You're right there. But this is not our entire leadership team. Some obviously can't be here. But honestly, like Hope and I, all of these individuals have been working with us. And I cannot, like I got so distracted because I saw Jana over here. Of course.
What did you expect?
But they're always in our corner. They hold our feet to the fire. They cheer us on. They're our accountability partners. But they're also really, really good friends and been friends of ours for a very long time. And we look up to them. And I see Todd in the Power Ranger in the corner. I mean, it is what it is.
We were so, when we
So
were
grateful.
This is, again, another thing about that's happened so organically with people who have just invested time into Get Your Teach On, really believe in the mission and the vision. But like Wade said, the thing that we love about them is they are not a yes team. When we brought up Rock Your School, they were not like, yes, we're going to do it.
This man right here says no a lot and has been saying no to us for like 10 plus years.
But it is
what it is, Adam.
because they truly want to serve
Yes.
you and what you need right now. And so that's the incredible thing about this team. As we've mentioned, first of all, they pour their heart and soul into everything that they do.
Right.
They're all spread across the country, all different grade levels, all different teaching environments, all different models and setups right now. But that's what I love about them the most is they say, no, we can do this better. We can serve teachers better. We don't need to do it exactly how we've done it in the past. And so they're constantly challenging us and our thought process. So we're just so grateful to them. And they have all of the advice and they're going to be able to give so many different perspectives today. So this is going to be extremely beneficial.
Yeah, so we want to go ahead and start with some questions. I have one already. We can go ahead and just kick it off.
And leadership team, how do you want them? Do you just want them to raise their
Yeah,
hand, tap on their screen?
Yeah, raise your hand.
Mute themselves, give us a rock sign. Like, you let us know.
Yeah, rock sign. Give us a rock sign. Yes. All right, so a question that I got, and this could be for admin, this could be for teachers, but it's very, very broad. And I'm sure you guys have come up against this as well. When you are trying to implement Rock Your School or something different, how do you get other teachers in your school on board with something like Rock Your School or some initiative of that sort? Teachers, not administrators. Amelia?
Hey guys!
Hey, Amelia.
All right, I figured I'd answer early too because I have that baby shower to throw, so I wanted to at least be able to say hi to everybody and answer it. I love this question because I feel like we were in this position in our building the last couple of years because we have teachers in all different spots in their careers. And, we have teachers that have been teaching for 30 years, brand new teachers. And, when you have all these different teachers with different time they put in, that sometimes creates that, divide. So we learned a couple things. One, kind of introducing things slowly so it's not overwhelming. So like giving tips, hey, we're going to do an Army theme day tomorrow. Maybe wear camo, nothing big, but just wear camo. And that's not overwhelming to the teachers. It's just kind of like just one little thing they can change. And then we started to learn too, if we were going to do something, if we could prep something to like partner our older kids up with our younger kids, it was less overwhelming for some of those teachers too. So we were kind of taking on a little bit of that. And then the more we slowly did those things, a lot of it too came by like leading by example. They saw how excited our kids got and it made other teachers want to join in. So the teachers who were kind of like, once they started seeing how excited our kids were to come to school, and then their students would be asking like, what's going on in third grade or what's going on in fourth grade today? It made them want to join in too. So just those tiny little nuggets to get started. And then also leading by example was a huge game changer in our school.
Such great technique, such great strategies, and Amelia is the perfect example
Absolutely.
of leading by example. So thank you so much, Amelia, for those tips. Now she's got to go get to a baby shower, so go get to your baby shower, Amelia. But you'll hear
A virtual one, another big virtual Zoom.
Anyone else have any insight on that? It's Ty.
Yeah, I was going to add exactly what Amelia said. I feel like with Rock Your School and dress up days, every time I post about dress up days, or if I do something like that in my classroom, people always reach out and they say, you know, I wish I had a team of teachers to dress up with. And I remember my first year teaching at my school, I was brand new, and, you know, they would put out dress up day themes. And I just dressed up. There wasn't like some big coordinated thing where the whole grade level did it. But when you start doing stuff on your own, you don't need other people's permission. You can say, I want to do Rock Your School in my classroom. I can do it for me and my students. And if other people really enjoy it and they start asking questions, you can expand it. So I think it's also remembering that you can be that first person. You don't need to wait for other people to do the dress up days to say, well, now, okay, I can do it. Because everybody's waiting for the one person who's goofy enough and outgoing enough to do it themselves. And then they see that and they're like, oh, yeah, now there's another person I can dress up with. And it may evolve into your whole team or your whole grade level. But at the end of the day, it's really about you and your students. So you don't need permission. You need to just do it for you and yourself and your kids. And I think that's how it will start and evolve into whatever you want it to be.
I love how Ty added that piece, just kind of building off of what Amelia said about that confidence.
Yeah.
Who are you doing this for? Are you doing it for the other teachers in the building? Yes, you want to set that example, but at the end of the day, you do what's best for you and your kids. So yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah, such great advice from both of them. So I've got one, team, and this one's gonna be a tricky one. We've gotten this question quite a bit. For teachers and educators who teach hybrid or a model where they have, you know, some students in person and then some students virtually, they said that I feel like it'll be so unfair because the kids who are in person might get a different experience than the students who are virtual. So does anybody have any suggestions or ideas for how we can navigate this if we do have students who are both in person and virtual at the same time? All right, Josie, I knew it was going to be, I felt it.
She jumped on that.
I felt it in my bones, Josie.
I know that there are other teachers that are doing what we're doing in our district for middle school and high school. So I have kids in person and I have kids on the computer at the same time. And it is the most stressful thing I've ever done, ever. So this was my first thought when I heard of Rock Your School. I was like, there's no way I can do it because the kids at home are going to be so left out. So what I've been doing the whole year is I've been sending home science kits. And every 2 weeks, we have the kids come pick up stuff from school so they can check out library books. They can come get packets or resources. And so almost every 2 weeks, usually more like once a month, my mom will help me put together some kits so that the kids come pick it up and then they can do it with us on screen at home. It's not the exact same thing, but they at least have the items, whether I do like a STEM activity or yesterday I had a glow stick lab. So I had the kids come pick up glow sticks at their last pickup. So just having those items ready for the kids so they don't feel left out. That's one option. Another one that I found being in person and having those kids on the screen is to partner the kids up. So I'll have, if I'm doing a group project, I'll have the kids in person open up the Google Meet, and then I'll have the kids at home on the Google Meet, and I will partner them up and put them in a breakout room so that the kid at home has a person or has a student that is in the classroom, and they have that one-on-one attention so that they feel like they are truly with us in the classroom at the same time. So I think both of those things will be really helpful for Rock Your School.
Those are tangible takeaways, things that you're already doing, right? And so just taking it a little step further, or not even a step further, just adapting it to Rock Your School. How often do you create those kits, Josie, real quick?
We have a pickup every 2 weeks, but I would say I have a physical kit every month, like once a month. And it is hard because you do have to work ahead of time and be like, okay, what am I doing next month? But that's just what we got to do.
That's what you got to do. Awesome.
I'm actually going to bring somebody up that I want to talk to. Corey Markison, we're going to bring her up from the panel. Because first of all, Corey, I just want to talk to you because when we brought up Rock Your School, you were one of the ones you were like, no, absolutely not. We cannot do, and I love that. That's what I love about you. I love your honesty. And so do you just want to kind of talk about your perspective with when we said, let's do Rock Your School in February and kind of your feelings around that?
Yeah, for better or for worse, this year has just been hard for me. I mean, I think it's been hard for everybody, but I'm like, I feel like in the past when I've done room transformations and others are like, oh, I can't do that. And I'm like, well, that's your problem, not mine. This is the first time I feel like I really felt that. When I'm seeing other people do things that I can't do, all of a sudden I'm like, this is hard. It's hard to see people doing things that I desperately want to do. And I just don't feel like I'm capable and I can give any more of myself. But that's kind of what I was going to say when Josie's saying like the virtual kids and the in-person kids not getting the same experience. When I've been kind of reflecting on this year and why it's been hard, I feel like it's the loss of joy. Like I've lost my joy for teaching. I don't enjoy making the things anymore. I've had a hard time giving it out. I don't feel like that same fun. And so kind of when I was thinking back to Rock Your School, the kids aren't missing my room transformations. They're not missing those activities. They're missing like the levity of school. They're missing the fun. They're missing the laughter. They're missing the connections. And so that's kind of my focus that week. Isn't going to be to create anything crazy or do anything or have to give a million materials to my kids at home and my kids in person, try to make it equal. It's how can I just relax and enjoy my time with both of them. And so, this last week, that was me finding like a crowd cheering track on my phone. And every time someone answered a question, I'd play that. So it was like a crowd going wild and cheering for them. And the kids at home were laughing. And we made a fake game show and I gave them all contestant numbers. So it's those little things that don't take anything, didn't take any prep time. It's the exact same for my kids at home, my kids in person, but it's like that levity and just being able to like relax your shoulders and enjoy our job again. And that's been hard this year.
Yeah. And so Corey, just thank you so much for your honesty and how open you have been about, not just trying to cover it up and not just trying to fake it till you make it. Like fake it till you make it is a thing of the past. Like that is not what is right now. And, that's just impossible to do and it's not healthy. And so, we've also had a lot of questions too from teachers about, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I cannot do one more thing. Like this is one more thing. And so Corey, what advice, and I know some other people will have advice too from this, but what advice do you have for people that are just saying, I'm too tired. I don't even know that I can do this?
Well, I'm right there in that same boat. And I feel like this year, and I've talked a lot, like I feel like the teachers that are struggling the most this year is our Get Your Teach On community. It's not I'm just going to go in and plug and go and just do whatever is on the lesson plan from last year and leave right away. It's our teachers who are passionate about their job and who give everything to this job and their job is a part of their identity. Those are the people who are struggling through this. And I feel like that's our people. And so I feel like it's also our people who are achievers and don't want to give up. And it's like, just keep pushing. We're going to get through. It's not going to last forever. And there's a certain point where it's like, I can't push anymore. And I feel like a lot of us have hit that point. And so kind of taking the step back, remembering what you did love about the job. And like, for instance, I don't know what I'm teaching on February 14th. I cannot tell you what I'm teaching next Friday. Like everything is so day by day. So I'm kind of trying to just refocus that I can't add one more thing to my plate. I probably can't make one more thing, but I can try to shift my focus to making a connection with the kid and making my day about laughter. Like I just want to laugh and enjoy them. And that's the thing that I think our kids are missing the most. Like they're not missing their curriculum. They're missing enjoying their time with us and with their friends. And that's why I think we're all missing. It's kind of like the job just feels so different this year. It doesn't feel like what we signed up for.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think one of the main components again of this year and this season of teaching, and you hit on it, Corey, was when you have talked to teachers in the past and they're just saying, I just can't anymore, or I'm the only one, or I feel isolated. We're experiencing a lot of what that feels like now. And so we will get back to a normal teaching season at some point. But I think this season has taught us, what does this look like? I think at some point in time, if you've been teaching for an extended period of time, you felt that. You have not liked your job. You have felt overwhelmed. You have felt like you wanted to have a different profession. And this has provided, as horrible as it's been, it's provided all of us an insight on what other people are experiencing. Who else? Because we have a great, yep, there we go. I didn't even need to say it. There we go, Megan.
Bring in Megan.
Go ahead, Megan. Hey there.
Hey, y'all. So I think whenever I think about this question, and when the team first really started talking about all of this, my situation is unique because not only am I new to my school this year, I'm new to middle school, and I'm new to my position of being an instructional coach. And so I admit I was a little overwhelmed as well by, thinking about, okay, what are we going to do? What did last year look like? Thinking about how incredible our Rock Your School days in the past have looked. And I really had to change my mindset to be, okay, what did I love about the pieces of not just Rock Your School Day last year, but teaching last year, but me being able to get into classrooms and to love on kids in different ways. What really brought me joy? And when we were talking about this, I was like, y'all, my Rock Your School might be going into different classrooms that I don't normally get to visit and doing a read aloud. And I miss that. And I get 7th and 8th graders who will sit there in awe of a story that you're reading to them, and then have great conversations about all kinds of different children's books. And so that's something that I kind of based my plan on is, okay, what do I really need right now? I need to get in front of some kids, because I don't get to do that a lot as an instructional coach. I want to get in front of some kiddos. I want to have conversations with them. I want to hear them laugh and feel the joy that I want to feel that I need again, because it's been hard. But I really think our Rock Your School mindset this year has just got to be what's going to fuel you to get you to the end of the year too. Because, if this read aloud that I'm about to do in a few weeks with some kiddos is going to bring me back my joy that I need, I'm going to do it again and again and again, because right. I can then make it a point to, I remember how great that felt that week. I'm going to go and do one whenever I can. And so, it really just has to be, what can you do and what can you do for yourself and for your kids? Because it is hard, but we've really just got to, we got to keep thinking, how are we going to stay in this? Because Corey's absolutely right. It's this Get Your Teach On community that are the ones, we're the perfectionists. We are the ones who want to see our work. We're the ones who really, really depend on, being helpful for others, being a source that people can come to. And it's hard to be that energy when you're not feeling it yourself. So yeah, it's going to be different, but it's going to be what I think we really need.
And, I love that you pointed out that it is not selfish to make it about yourself, because if you are focusing on what you need to fuel yourself with, that is going to directly impact the posture that you carry into that classroom, which is going to directly, impact your kids and rock your school. So transitioning to another question, guys, and this is one that I think all of us have gotten a lot. I know every single virtual PD that Wade and I have done, we've had this question. What do we do? How do we engage students virtually who are not turning their cameras on and we cannot make that face-to-face connection with them? So does anybody have tips for what we do when our students they're not turning their cameras on and we can't actually have that face-to-face time? See, everybody, I just want to point out that everybody's eyes got really big, guys. And so this is the point.
It's an issue.
It's an issue. And is there a solution? We're going to get to Ty in just a second. But here's the deal, guys. And please, in the comments, be interactive. Share what you have found that has worked, because this is all of us. I mentioned it earlier, what Corey said about us being thought partners. Everybody's trying to figure this out, y'all. We wish that we could have the one hit answer that's like, this is going to fix your problem. Everybody's figuring this out. But let's go to Ty and see what he can suggest for us.
So when we started the school year, we actually had an open house, like Q&A, where parents could ask us questions, because I'm 100% online. Never met my students. I'm at a new school. So not only am I teaching online with brand new teachers and a whole new team, I've never met the students that I teach. So, a parent actually had an incredible suggestion. When we were starting out the school year, we're using a whole new program. The kids did not know this program. And so we were really just kind of focused on getting them acquainted with it. And a parent said to us, we were having tons of Google Meets for each class. And they said, I really would love if y'all could think about a Google Meet where students could just connect with each other. and where they can have time to interact. Because when we're doing our Google Meets, we're like, okay, here's our warm up, and now here's our lesson, and let's stay on topic and on task. And, we have to do that when we're teaching a lesson. But at the end of the day, our students who are at home and are 100% virtual, they crave that connection and they need it. And so we have to, as teachers, realize that we have to build in some sort of time where kids get to interact. And it's just for the sake of interacting with not just their peers, but with us. Because, in a classroom, it's when the class is ending and the bell's about to ring, that's when we connect with our students. We learn like what they're into. That's how I learned about TikTok, and they got me to download it. Like, those are the little things that you don't get when all you do is the lesson. And so we started a Fun Friday Google Meet, and we rotate what teacher does it. But every Friday at noon, they can choose to join us for this Fun Friday. And each teacher will just pick a game like GimKit or Blookit or whatever it may be. But y'all, these kids show up for this Google Meet. And y'all, we all struggle to get kids to come to our Google Meets. It is not just y'all. But the kids show up for the Fun Friday. And my favorite part, the first time I did Fun Friday, is that the kids were literally like exchanging emails and like connecting, because they were like, we want to continue hanging out after the Fun Friday. And I also want to point out that on this Fun Friday, the first time I did it, every single kid on the Google Meet had their camera on. And that is not the case when I'm doing a regular Google Meet and I don't require it. But they turned their camera on, never asked them to, but they were so excited about what we were doing that it got them to want to do that. And so, just creating some of those opportunities for them to connect and just feel like they want to turn their camera on and they want to connect with their friends. And I think that that's a big part of what's missing in online learning that we can really do, because it poured into me and I know it poured into them. And that's what we all need right now.
I mean, it's all about relationships, and it's in those moments that we don't have anymore because we're not in person. We don't have the cafeteria. We don't have recess. We don't have gym. We don't have in between classes before the bell rings. And so providing an opportunity virtually to have fun and get to talk to your students is so vital and is so important. But we also need to recognize as well, and this is something that we've learned during this time period. I mean, this is a traumatic period for a lot of kids. And so we have to be respectful for turning your camera on and making sure it's on, but also providing a safe place to do that. The next question I have, it's for all of you, but more geared toward the administration or the people with the admin background here right now. We have a lot of you now that I'm looking. This question says, how do you get your administration to buy into what you're doing? And they preface it with, how do you get the school on board with it? So if this is the first time that this teacher is wanting to do Rock Your School, what would you suggest this teacher do? What would you look for if you had never heard of this initiative before, guys and ladies?
All right, let's take it over. Let's get it over to Adam DeVico. What's up, Adam?
Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Saturday.
Great, good to see you. Oh, I know. It's winning.
So good to see you. You had coaching today? Is that what you're doing?
I did. I coached 5- and 6-year-old basketball this morning. And so I just want to say, anyone watching right now who is a kindergarten, first grade teacher, hats off to you, because I am tired. I mean, 9 o'clock basketball is no joke. So with masks on, so changed, I'm good to go. So, I had a really interesting situation this week. I want to start with that. And I'm gonna be very transparent, much like Corey's statement from before. I wasn't gonna do Rock Your School. I'm at a new school this year in a new position, leadership position. And so I was just gonna kind of let it be. I was gonna support various entities, but not really push it on anything. And then I had my second grade team came up to me this week and said, hey, so are we going to do Rock Your School? And I just thought that was a really eye-opening moment for me, because they had seen it online, obviously, and they were the ones reaching out to me about it. And, I without hesitation, I was like, of course, yeah, if you guys want to. I didn't want to push it on anyone with all the different demands and expectations and a lot of testing going on right now. And they were like, you know what? And this is a quote. They said, I feel like I'm in a rut right now. I'm in a routine. Every day is just like Groundhog's Day. We're doing the same scripted lessons. We try to break outside of it, but this is my opportunity to do something different. And I thought about it. I thought that was really profound, because if people watching right now, if you just need that excuse, I mean, if you need that reason to do something different, if you feel like you're in a rut, if you feel like you're in this never ending routine that just cycles around, what a great opportunity. And so to your question, Wade, about how do you approach admin? Approach admin, ask them. I mean, it's literally ask permission. You're going to get a variety of answers. I can't predict what you're going to hear back, but from my experiences, you know your admin best. Some admin like to have a full-scale plan presented to them. Say, here's what I plan on doing. Others simply need to say, hey, I got an idea. Can I go with it? And they'll say yes. If you do face a little bit of resistance, you're going to want to be respectful of their decision while also doing what's best for your kids. Closing that door has never been more powerful. And so whether you're virtual or in person or a combination of both, you know your admin. But I think what second grade at my school did for me this week really opened up my eyes. It might be the best answer to give. Say, just ask and come with a plan, and most importantly, have fun with it.
And if you're like, I don't even know how to start asking or what to say or what the background information is, again, in our free resource kit, our starter kit, we have a letter specifically for admin and
sure do.
And how you can
worked
approach
hard
that,
on that
how
sucker,
you can give
didn't we,
them the
Sarah Plum?
background of a Rock Your School and how you can ask as well.
But
I
I love what his teacher said. Provide an opportunity.
Yes.
This is an opportunity.
Yes.
So.
Any other admin that want to add anything else to that? Todd, we'll send it over to you, and then we'll grab Jana as well.
So, what I would say would be just a simple fact that, teachers and educators are overwhelmed during this time, as we've talked about today, as Corey and Megan have shared. And what I'd like to make sure people are reminded of is administrators are just as overwhelmed, if sometimes not more, because there is no saying no to anything with the parent phone calls, the tracing of COVID cases, like everything is a lot. And so I think right now, this year, I would say, taking that idea to your principal, they're probably going to be less receptive than they ever have before in the past, because in their head, they're also thinking, one more thing on my list. Are you kidding me? And so from the administrators that I've talked to that really want to do this, but don't have the emotional capacity right now to take this on, it's those teachers, just sort of like what Adam said. If you are wanting to do this on your campus, tell your administrator, hey, I'd love to do this. Can I just send out an email to schedule a Zoom with teachers who are interested, and we just plan it and do it? You don't have to do anything. We'll handle it all. We'll just do whatever we feel like is the link that we want to take it this year. Because the administrator would love that, to say, yeah, do it, run with it. Whoever wants to do it, let them join. But you bring more people in when you throw it out there of hey, can we just schedule a meeting just to see who's interested, what they want to do, get ideas. And then you find out, well, goodness, they can make this, they can do this, they can write this letter to go out to parents. And it just makes things a lot easier. And your administrators are a lot more likely to buy in, as well as some of those teachers who maybe traditionally haven't bought in. Because I know for me, what I learned as an administrator was there was no amount of me sharing pictures or stories or ideas to teachers who just weren't interested. The best way and the only way to get those really people who have never thought this was viable to do is they have to get to a point where they're willing to put a little bit of effort in. And then when they see the reaction of the kids, they'll be hooked. Because I have several teachers on my campus who that was what it took. They had to personally see their own students' reaction to something they did before they would ever believe that it was worth doing. And sometimes your administrators are the same way. So even if they don't want to do your idea, do your thing, but invite them to come see it. Invite them to see the excitement on your kids. Even if it's a Zoom, invite them into your Zoom to come and watch what you're doing. And then they don't have to do anything, but they can start feeling the joy.
Oh, man. All right. So a lot of takeaways so far. Adam DeVico provided an opportunity. He also spoke on come with a plan. There you go. Todd is just there discussing. Invite them in. Invite them in. And it doesn't have to be everybody. It can just be whoever wants to do it. And I taught at a new school last year, and I saw that same thing come through. And once they see it in the kids' eyes and their excitement, oh my gosh.
All right, let's hear from Jana as well about the administrator perspective.
There she is.
True rock star fashion.
Well, I'm in a unique position because for the past 4 years I've been an administrator. Now I'm back in the classroom. So I can see it from both sides. I agree with Todd and Adam exactly what they said. The only thing I wanted to add is come with a plan for COVID. So you need to give them, this is how we're going to keep it safe, but this is how we're going to implement it. So because that is their biggest concern, in my opinion, right now is, are we about to have this huge rally and kids are going to be less than 6 feet apart? Are they going to have their mask on? Like they have to make sure that the school is safe. So in your plan, make sure you include your safety. That's all I was going to add. I believe what Ty was saying. Not everybody's going to want to do it, and that's okay. But the other flip side of it is there's so much negative publicity going on with schools right now. This is something that's going to be positive publicity. This is going to be something that you are going to see your kids excited, and that the more you can advertise that on your Google Meet, your Zooms, to your parents, it's going to be something I believe that really is a positive takeaway.
Awesome. Thank you to Jana and
be
to
positive.
Todd
It's
and
a
to
positive
Adam.
thing.
I think that you heard the same message that the opportunity, reach out, ask,
Right.
be positive, all of those things coming into play. So we've got time for just about 2 more questions. I'm going to pull up Sarah Plum because this is something that we have been discussing with her quite a bit. But Sarah, as teachers, during this time period, how can we be intentional about making sure whatever activity we are choosing, we are also intentional about meeting the needs of our students and the community that we are educating as well?
I think it's a matter of really asking yourself, what is currently missing from my classroom that would make a difference for my students? I think knowing them is the most important piece. And so if you don't know them, then this is your opportunity to get to know them. And maybe that's the activity that you do, is something that allows you to get to know your students, get to know your families. I know that for my school community, one of the things that I'm doing is I'm going to let some other teachers focus on the students, and I'm going to focus on our teachers. We have so many new staff members. I've never even met them. I've never met them. And in a normal year, we would be friendly by this point. We would be eating lunch together. And so some of the things that, we're looking into doing is like having like a coffee shop in the morning, and then inviting parents one day to just come on Zoom and drink coffee and talk with us while we, just prepare for our day. And so I think you really have to have those relationships and know your students in order to plan the best possible activities. And so if you don't have that gut instinct, because for whatever reason you haven't had the time to build relationships, I know for me it's really tough. I get 45 minutes with my students every single day, and those 45 minutes are mini lesson and small reading group, and then that's that. So I don't really have a lot of time for that. So for me, it's going to be about building relationships with them. So I would say really, really lean in on what you know about your students, and make sure that it is something that's going to serve them and bring you joy at the same time.
Thank you for those tips, Sarah. And I'm going to keep you up here for just a second because
be a student of your students.
Yeah, Wade talks about that all the time, being a student of your students and their interests and how key and critical that is. But we also have, if you don't know, a newer resource to the Get Your Teach On, website, universe,
yeah, you go.
But the Get Your Teach On blog. And so, Sarah, can you kind of talk quickly just about the Get Your Teach On blog and how they can use that as a resource during this next month? Because we are going to be adding a lot of content to that for everybody.
Blogs are back.
As a way to give you strategies and ideas.
Yes, I'm claiming it. Blogs are back. So for the next month, you can expect a lot of different content about Rock Your School. Later today, there'll be a post about how to make the best use out of your toolkit to get started. And I'm actually kind of writing these in terms of like as I'm going, because I've never done Rock Your School before. And so I'm using everything and taking my experience and sharing it from the get-go. I mean, I had the whole conversation with my principal last week. And so I'll be sharing that kind of thing. And I'm also going to bring in some schools and some individuals that have done this before at varying degrees, so that you can see, like, if you want to go big, if you're ready, if your school's all in, the sky's the limit and here's what's been done. But if you're not ready and you want to know what someone did last year when it was their first time, here's their kind of like their testimonial, their how-to, their, their best advice for you. So it's going to be a mix of like how-to posts, supportive posts, spotlighting things. I've got a form for people to contribute if they would like to share what they're doing for Rock Your School, or if they would like to share what they've done in the past. Because we would love to be able to feature people on our social media channels, and I would love to be able to feature them on the blog. But there's going to be lots of ideas for different things you can do, ways to get the community involved,
for things like drop in on Zooms and do a read aloud, like how to do that, because logistically you can't hand them the book. So how are you going to get them to do a read aloud if you don't have a book? And I have a solution. So it's things like that, like these little workarounds that we're all going to have to figure out in this really challenging time. That's what you can expect to see on the blog. So, but check it later today.
Blogs are back.
Blogs are back. I'm determined.
That's why.
Thank you, Sarah. She has poured so much work into this, is going to continue to pour work into it this whole month to continue to provide you resources. So make sure you use that. Speaking of resources, Sarah DeLuia, I just feel like we need to bring her up because she has, not only was her session amazing this morning, but she has also created so much stuff, including the merch that we're wearing for you guys, just to spark some extra joy. So Sarah, do you just want to give them a little kind of, I guess, inside scoop into the resources that you've created for them for their digital assets?
Yeah, so all of the backgrounds and all of the clip art are available for you guys to use however you'd like. Even if it's just adding a new background and adding in some graphics to make it different for your kids, like that's what Rock Your School is all about. And then the piano that is included, you guys will get the Google Slides, so you guys can click on that and make a copy of it and make it your own. But then you guys also have the files, so you guys can use that in your classroom or virtually or however you need. So yeah, I just really, I'm hoping that you guys can take these resources and make them your own and make them work for you and get your kids excited and take a little bit off of your plates for Rock Your School.
Thank you to the Sarahs. Give them some major love in the comments. We just think it's
I need Corey's cheer thing that she just did. Corey's cheer thing. Yeah, I need that now.
We need that button, but give them some love in the comments because, again, we just want to bring the faces up of all the things that's happening with Get Your Teach On. This is who is doing it. So we've got one final question. I'm going to bring in Chelsea, and then Kelly, I'm going to come to you because I have no doubt that you guys are going to be able to give us some strategies for this. But the final question, I know we've talked a lot about virtual. I know we've talked a lot about even hybrid, but for teachers who are face-to-face and they're not a one-to-one school, so they don't have all of these devices that can keep their kids separate and maintain all of the procedures to keep them 6 feet apart. How do we engage students in person, face-to-face, and still maintain all of these things that we have to with the pandemic obviously not going anywhere right now?
Well, I think I'm in a very unique situation. So I'm all in person now, and just being able to have students have like a little kit that they could use, like it'll have separate pieces, like maybe some dice and some other things that they can use that they're not touching everything after one another, and just really giving them things that they can individually use so that you can keep distance and still be able to engage them.
Great idea. We haven't even talked about this as a Get Your Teach On team before when we get back to in-person conferences and how we're going to still be able to get teachers' hands on things, but obviously maintaining, the distance and keeping the materials.
It's just rethinking it, right? Yeah. I mean, and that's what Chelsea has said. We just got to keep rethinking things.
Is you have a whole month. So what she just said, like, what am I going to need for the month of Rock Your School, and how can I make this available to my students? Can I reach out to my community members? What can I get donated? We wanted to give you some time to think, and then we're going to shoot it over to Kelly as well, which Kelly and Josie, again, bringing up, this team is just incredible, but they have also, along with Chelsea, been behind the scenes for all of the merch launch, getting you guys some really, really cute things. So thank you to you girls. Kelly, what strategies do you have for that face-to-face instruction?
Okay, so going off of what everyone said, I am hybrid, so I have half my class for 2 days a week, and when they're not in my classroom, they're online. But like when we're talking about what students need and what we need in our classroom, I teach second grade, and something that I'm missing and that my students need is movement and hands-on opportunities. Like we know that's how kids learn best. And I said this to my team last week. I said, I feel like everything that we know what kids need and what we need in our classroom has been just taken away from us and saying that we can't do that. And that's been really, really, really hard for me because that's not how I am as a teacher. I had a flexible seating classroom, and then it was all just gone. So I'm trying to figure out ways that I can mesh safe habits in my classroom that will have those opportunities available. So for example, flexible seating that I'm allowing my students to work under their desk or on top of their desk. I call it their cave and their stage. And anytime that we are reading a book, they're sitting on their desk, or they're doing some independent work, they're underneath their desk. But again, they're in their own space and they have that option of movement, or they can stand. So cave, stage, and stand is the different ways that they can work in their own area. Also, I'm looking around my classroom always and thinking like, okay, how can I create some hands-on opportunities that they can't all touch the same things? Because we're in Illinois and we have so many restrictions on in our classroom. It's crazy. And I just can't, like second graders, I can't be cleaning everything all throughout the day. So I use shaving cream, which is like such an old activity, but guess what? It worked and my kids loved it. So they each had a pile of shaving cream at their desk. We did spelling words. You could do math facts. Someone said cursive. You could say the definition of a word and they had to write the word on their shaving cream, but it was safe and it cleaned their desk. So that was an awesome activity that I'm going to keep in my pocket. But I also have shaving cream in my classroom because I did that activity last year. Another thing I did was we were brainstorming, and I'm so sick of them just sitting in their desk and me writing on my smartboard or on my anchor chart paper ideas. Like I want collaboration, but they just had paper. They wrote their idea on piece of paper. They crumbled it up and they threw it I let them throw it at me and they threw a snowball at me. And that's how we brainstormed. But it provided opportunity for movement. It provided opportunities for discussion. And it was just something different. Because I'm just sick of sitting and just not doing anything.
I don't know if you heard, I was like, oh, this is why this team is so incredible. I'm like, what? Like, the snowball activity, bring it back, people. Bring back those things. Like, how great is that just to be able to toss and collaborate? There's Rock Your School. There's your activity for Rock Your School.
That's
or
all
the
it has to
cave
be.
and the stage. It's those simple things. So just this team, y'all, give them a round of applause. Lots of love in the comments. You have no idea how hard they work for you
all
behind the scenes. We're going to do a post on Get Your Teach On. I'm sure you already follow them on social, but I know they're going to be sharing their activities for Rock Your School. So we'll make sure we tag all of them so you can follow them if you're needing additional
Ask us questions.
ideas.
Ask them questions.
Ask them questions. They're here to serve you, and they're just amazing. So give it up one more time for the Get Your Teach On team. Thank you guys. We love y'all so much. Y'all are amazing.
So I mean, incredible. We've seen some comments just asking where can we find these resources. The thing that Sarah D created. You can go to shopgyto.com. Everything is there. So the letters to your principals, the piano that Sarah created, everything's right there for you.
Yeah, Chris, really quick, we're going to jump into our next PD. That was so much, that was like 10 sessions in one. That was so much great information. But I think you have a giveaway that's for everyone if they share out their favorite takeaways. And there was a ton of great takeaways right there. So I'm going to send it over to you and let you explain this giveaway that's for everyone to enter.
Yes, let's do it. So if you're watching on Facebook right now, we want to give you an opportunity to win a virtual Get Your Teach On kickoff for your team. So your whole team will get a virtual kickoff from the Get Your Teach On team if you share your takeaway in the comments right now and share out this video. So share your biggest takeaway so far, whether it's from the leadership panel or our first two sessions. What are you taking away so far? Share it in the comments. Share out the video. The more times you share, the more chances you have to win that virtual Get Your Teach On kickoff for your team. And you're going to want to make sure that you win that. We have some more prizes coming up for our virtual audience, so make sure you don't leave. But if you're looking for more collaboration, the Get Your Teach On Rock Your School Facebook page is the place where you're going to want to be. On Facebook, search GYTO's Rock Your School and ask to join that group. There's thousands of educators in there already collaborating with new ideas, and just like the leadership panel, getting answers to questions you may have. So if you have a question, you're going to want to post it in the Get Your Teach On Rock Your School Facebook group. Collaborate with teachers all across the world on what they're doing, and also a place to share ideas and resources and strategies and everything like that. So on Facebook, search GYTO's Rock Your School. It's a group. Request to join, and a member of the Get Your Teach On team will let you in right on there for some more collaboration over the next few weeks. Now, it's time to get in some more PD. So Hope and Wade, I'm going to toss things over to you for our next mini PD session.
Yeah, we've just hit the tip of the iceberg with our PD. We've still got, six amazing sessions, and these are going to be coming at you.
And they're bite-sized.
The rest of this morning. They're small, they're simple.
Yep.
And this next one, I'm telling you right now, if you aren't already just pumped
You may
up,
fired up.
You about to be fired up. So let's welcome an amazing human, an amazing educator, Van Phillips Jr.
He is amazing.
To the Get Your Teach On Rock Your School Rally stage. Take it away, Van.
All I need is the hair. Wait, I need the guitar, man. Send me the guitar to Shreveport. I need the guitar. No. I know it's different for me. I mean, I think I can pull it off with the suit. I mean, I'm talking to a bunch of rock star educators. I figured I would at least need a guitar to help with, to rock out as they going into this new school year. Because I know learning is so different now. I know teaching is extremely different now. I know the way that we're going to have to connect with our kids are going to be so different now. What do you mean different? I'm looking at you in your classroom, Mr. Phillips. Yes, here in Shreveport, we've been virtually teaching / traditionally teaching. Yes, I've been doing both at the same time since August. So yeah, those feelings that you're feeling, that heightened sense of anxiety, I felt it. That heightened sense of stress, I felt it. That kind of fear of just the unknown. Yep, I experienced it. But let me tell you what you can do. Let me tell you what you can do. Let me tell you what I did. Let me tell you what I have learned over the course of these past 5 months from stepping inside of this classroom every single day. I've learned 2 things. There's always going to be a prize within your pain. I'll say it again. What I have learned over the past 5 months from teaching traditionally in the middle of a pandemic is it's always going to be some type of prize in my pain. But in August, I couldn't see the prize. I think it's 2 prizes. There's a blessing and a lesson in every single educator that is stepping foot into this classroom into 2021 that you previously didn't have to do in 2020. There's a blessing, and yes, there's going to be a lesson. I'm a firm believer that just because we're in a certain situation, that doesn't mean the situation dictates or determines our outcome. I'll say it again. Just because we are in a certain situation, that does not determine the outcome of the situation, because you know who determines the outcome of the situation. If you don't know, do me a favor. Pick up your phone. Pick up your cell phone. Swipe if you have an iPhone. Go to camera. Go to forward-facing mode. Once you go to forward-facing mode, you're going to see yourself, because that's the person. Yes, that's the person who's going to determine how this school year is going. Yeah, that's the person who's going to determine the type of blessing that you are going to see in this school year. What do you mean blessing, Mr. Phillips? Like, I'm teaching in the middle of a pandemic. How is this a blessing? I know this is a blessing because when I stepped foot on this campus on August the 28th, there were so many different emotions just really weighing me down. Like, I didn't want to be there. Like, this wasn't the right time for this particular moment for me to be here. But what I found out is I was in that particular place for a particular reason. And once I stepped out of how I felt about what was going on, I could step into the blessing that I needed to be for some of my students. So the CDC was saying 15 feet apart, make sure we have our mask on, make sure that, washing our hands every 15 to 30 minutes. All of those things that were going on in August, and when my students saw me, they remembered none of those things. They saw me for the first time in person since March. So all of the feelings that I was feeling of being overwhelmed, all of the feelings of just feeling just a heightened sense of anxiety, it all left, literally in the blink of an eye. And I didn't follow the CDC guidelines. They didn't follow the CDC guidelines. Please don't report me. But when they saw me, they couldn't do anything but hug me. They couldn't do anything but come love on me. They couldn't do anything but show me how much they missed me. So here it is, I'm thinking that there's a lesson that I'm supposed to be getting taught. Here it is, I'm going to teach them. We shouldn't be doing this. But the whole time I was the blessing that each one of those students needed. I was the missing piece that I had no clue I was. I was the jam to the PB&J sandwich. I was the Kool-Aid to their sugar. I was the missing piece that was going to make every single thing work like it was supposed to. And many of you are going to be sitting in those exact same seats. Many of you are going to be thinking, what lesson can I possibly be learning? Please don't lose sight. Please don't lose sight of the blessing that each one of you all are to the motion picture of these kids' life. I love each and every last one of you all educators. Y'all rock out this year.
Man, if you're not fired up, I don't know what to tell you. Like, holy cow. I mean, Van, your kids are so lucky to have you. And just like your kids are lucky to have you, everybody who's watching right now, your students are lucky to have you because you are here on a Saturday wanting to better yourself in your classroom and just do the best you can for your kids. So thank you so much, Van, all the way from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Hope King, you changed there.
Thank you. Yes. I took a page. We do. We do. I took a page out of Josie and Kelly's book because when Josie and Kelly say to do it, fashion-wise, you do it. And so they, like I said, along with Chelsea, have been behind the scenes with all of our merch, making sure that it's teacher tees that you will enjoy wearing. And they've done a whole video for us, a quick video, but a whole video about how to style your tees.
Style it.
In the teacher world. So check out this video from Kelly and Josie.
Come on, baby, just come with me. Come on, baby, be wild and be free. We like mermaids come out from the sea. Yeah, here we go, baby. Come on, baby, just come with me. Come on, baby, be wild and be free. We like mermaids come out from the sea. Yeah, here we go, baby. Oh, God. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, just come with me. Oh, God. Come on, baby. Here we go, baby. Oh, God. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, just come with me. Oh, God. Yeah, here we go, baby. Oh, God. We're like mermaids come out from the sea. Oh, God. Come on, baby, just come with me. Oh, God. Come on, baby, be wild and be free. Oh, God. Yeah, here we go, baby.
There you have it, everybody. That's how you
Fancy.
style your Get Your Teach On tee. So I took the little shacket note this morning and put that together. Now, listen, we've got more giveaways. We've got more PD sessions, but we also want you to hear about the impact that this can have in your school. So if you're wondering why Rock Your School, why do I even do this? Why is this even a thing? Why should I pour time into this? We wanted to bring in some people that have done Rock Your School since the start and going to kind of give you a perspective from their school and what it has done and their climate and culture. So we're going to bring in an administrator, a principal. She's also no stranger to Get Your Teach On, Ms. Ashley Robertson.
There she is.
To the Rock Your School rally. What's up, Ashley?
Hi, guys. How are ya?
We are great. Thank you. Thank you for being here this morning. So, Ashley, we're going to toss it over to you, and we just want you to kind of explain. We know that you're no stranger to Rock Your School, but what has this done for your school climate, culture, your teachers' morale? What has Rock Your School done for you guys?
Well, I think it's a huge culture builder, and just allowing kids to have fun while they're learning, and just enjoying the content. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of fun at school, but as long as that content is rigorous, then I think you're great.
I mean, definitely a culture builder. Just, again, we can't say it enough about the community.
Right, yeah. Could you just give us a little bit of advice if pretend everybody watching right now is your teacher? What would you want them, and you had never heard of Rock Your School before because this is a question we got earlier, what would you want them to do for you to make this a little bit easier on Rock Your School Week?
Oh, so I, as an administrator, love to give ideas for what teachers can do, and so that makes it a little bit easier. But just also knowing that it does not have to be large and over the top. So while we were talking all throughout the day, I've been writing down tons of ideas. And it's just something as simple as a teacher writing a Post-it note to a child at home and sending it through the mail, or just as simple as a teacher lifting up other teachers during this time and supporting each other and putting a Post-it note in their mailbox or on their door. So just small things like that could make it just that much better for the energy for Rock Your School. But just taking it and making this a day that's special, but especially for this year, a special day for the teachers too. But also don't forget your parents at home. One idea that we did was during that day, I went live on Facebook so that our parents could see it at home too. And that way they have great ideas that they could use for home right now in this time, but just the parents love to see what's going on between the four walls and they don't always get to see that. So another great idea is to go to Facebook Live with them.
Amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's an amazing tip.
Outreach, parent outreach
because you already have those Facebook groups, I'm sure, for your schools. Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what is your role as the administrator, being in charge teacher, what is your role going to look like during Rock Your School Week for other administrators out there who might be like, well, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I know you gave the tip of encouraging your teachers, writing them notes, but what are you going to be in and out of classrooms, or what is your role going to be during this time?
So the first year, I took the back seat and I watched my teachers just thrive. And I loved it. And I loved being able to go into every single classroom and seeing those kids' faces and looking at the learning that they're doing. But in the second year, I stepped it up because if I'm going to ask my teachers to do something, I need to be doing the same thing too. And I was an ELA teacher, but I wanted to step outside my box. And I did my own room transformation with a math idea. And my other two administrators did the exact same thing, but with another topic. So we allowed classrooms to sign up and they could come to our rooms. Now with the COVID, we're not going to be able to do it quite like that, but we've got some ideas in place to allow kids to still be able to see us virtually teaching a lesson with some different content as well.
That first year is all about giving them the autonomy and the freedom.
Yes.
And then, man, you just wanted to dive in. I mean, I've heard that from Adam DeVico and a lot of other principals too. Like, I want to be, Megan even said, I want to be part of this.
Yes.
Ashley, thank you so much for
Yes.
everything you're doing
Quite welcome.
and your support. And
We've been to her
we've been to her
school.
school.
It's an incredible place.
Environment.
Oh man, her teachers, her faculty, but it starts with the administration. And again, her giving them the autonomy. I believe in you. You can do
That's
this.
right.
You have the freedom. I trust you.
That's right.
Administrators, oh my goodness, the trust for your teachers is huge. So we're going to hear from one more administrator about the Rock Your School impact.
This is an administrator that we love. We've looked up to him for so long. He's doing incredible things in the state of South Carolina. Super, super proud of him. He's amping up his teachers 24/7, doing everything he can. So if you could please help us welcome Damon Qualls to the Get Your Teach On stage. There he is. What's up, Damon? How you doing, brother?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're great. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
So Damon,
So excited.
You've done Rock Your School for a while now. You've had DJs come out to your school. I've seen it from the radio. Like, you go all out. But what I love about you is you go all out 24/7 in all different types of ways. This year is completely different. Mm-hmm. Teachers are tired. Our team is tired. I know administrators are tired. What are you even like? Where's the energy coming from to keep this going?
I think it starts with the principal. One thing that I've consistently said throughout the pandemic is we've got to hold on to our joy. And so I know that as soon as I step into the hallways, as soon as my students and teachers have an opportunity to interact with me, I've got to share that same joy and that same passion that we experienced before COVID. I know that's easier to say than do, but eventually COVID will be over. So that's kind of been our motto, hold on to your joy. And so we are going to use opportunities that have already been built into the month of February. It just so happens that Rock Your School will now be celebrated then. But, you know, we'll be celebrating the 100th day of school. It's leading up until Valentine's Day. So some of the Candyland transformations will, you know, continue to take place. So, yeah, man, we're super pumped.
First of all, I gotta say that the Candyland transformation is genius because you already got to deal with Valentine's Day and candy anyways, and teachers are always like, can Valentine's Day always be on a Saturday or Sunday, please? But 100th day of school, just building it into what you already have is perfect ideas. And so, again, your joy is just so contagious, and that is, like you said, it trickles down into your faculty
COVID
as well.
will be over.
That's
the, and I love that you said that, and that's been the motto. This is not the normal. This is the abnormal. We will get back to normal eventually.
Absolutely.
What kind of impact have you seen Rock Your School have on your students and teachers in the past?
Wow. So I'll just tell you. So this is my 4th year of principalship. I refer to it as my senior year, and so we have kind of matriculated with the whole Get Your Teach On conference as well as Rock Your School. I came into some very challenging circumstances in terms of student achievement and test scores. And so as a principal, student engagement was the thing that I focused on. Scores weren't where they needed to be. It wasn't because of discipline by any means. It was because of student engagement. So about 95% of our teachers have experienced the Get Your Teach On conference in person. And we utilized Donors Choose to bring in the extra resources to help with things like room transformations. So yeah, man, we have now grown academically. Our school is the only Title I school that's in the top 10 in terms of student performance in our district. We're number 30 of all elementary schools in South Carolina in terms of the progress on the school's state report card. And we're rocking and rolling. And so we attribute that to many of the strategies that they've learned at the Get Your Teach On conference. And so Rock Your School is just another opportunity that we have to come together as a building, as a campus, and focus on student engagement, those things that we're doing to go above and beyond to be extra for our students.
Wow.
That's incredible. That is, I don't know if you could see me, but I was amped.
Clap for those kids in the comments, everybody. My goodness.
And engagement, getting them fired up, getting them excited about learning. And that's a testament to you. Your leadership, your selfless sacrifice. Again, Hope and I have known you for a long time. And what you pour into teaching and what you pour into teachers and what you pour into your school building, it's always been evident to us. And
yes, we're always so inspired.
Everybody wants the data. There's the data. There it is, Damon. Yeah.
And I'm sure now everybody wants to work for you too. So you might get some, people reaching out
Greenville,
to you
South Carolina.
Go
ahead.
About how they can come to your school. No, but thank you so much, Damon. Thank you for the work that you're doing.
Thank you,
Again, like
it.
Ashley, thank you for believing in your teachers and just really believing in the power of engagement and how fun school should be and can be, and just the work that you do. Thank you to both Damon and
Ashley and Damon.
Incredible leaders, incredible educators, and we're so grateful they stopped by to share. Now, we're going to get into some PD. We've got some sessions for you guys, but we're going to have a little brain break first because we've had a lot of content that we've been throwing at you through these interviews. So we're going to toss it back over to Chris to get a giveaway going. And Chris, don't forget that I have the confetti cannons ready for if somebody chooses the grand prize. So
I
just wanted to let you know
cannons.
that I have these ready to go.
There we go. Damon and the teachers at Montague Elementary are getting ready to rock their school, and we're getting ready to rock the virtual audience one more time. So, virtual audience, make some noise. Let's bring back our virtual audience. This time, I'm choosing not one, but I'm going to do 2 contestants this time. 2 contestants.
I love it.
Because we still have all 4 passes with prizes on them. So, go ahead, Chase, and choose an Edu Rap Star.
Here we go.
Oh, she's at the beach. Okay, I love the background. What's your name and where are you from?
Yes. I'm from the Dallas, Texas area.
All right.
Okay, Texas. I love your virtual background right there. Part of
Thank
Sarah's
you.
Rock Your School resources, there's some virtual backgrounds that you can add for Rock Your School Week. So if you want to check out those virtual backgrounds, everyone watching, make sure you go to shopgyto.com to get those virtual backgrounds. Just like our friend here. Remind me your name one more time.
I'm Shelly.
Shelly. And what do you teach, Shelly?
Right now I teach 4th grade dual language, math and science.
All right.
Okay, and are you virtual right now? Hybrid? How are you teaching right now?
I'm hybrid.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's been quite interesting.
Shelly, I'm thinking about you because I know how hard it is for those hybrid teachers, every teacher really, but hybrid teachers, it's a little bit of everything. So I feel like, so Shelly, hopefully you can walk away from this 3-day weekend with some really cool prizes. Are you ready to win?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, now Shelly, we said there's 4 backstage passes and all 4 have some great prizes. All 4 are still available, so you can choose one of the 4 backstage passes, or Hope, what could she take away right now?
She can choose a Get Your Teach On merch pack with some sweatshirts and a backpack and a watch and some good Get Your Teach On goodies.
Okay.
Or you can choose one of the 4 passes with some pretty big prizes. No one has chosen any of the passes yet, but you never know if it might be more or less than the merch. So
And if
up
you
to
get
you,
the
Shelly. What are
confetti,
you going
that's
to choose?
the grand prize.
Right. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and take a virtual background pass or a VIP pass.
Okay, which one? All right, so we have numbers 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Let's do 4 since I teach 4th grade.
You know what?
There we go. Okay. Shelly!
What did I win?
Oh my gosh! Right off the bat, Shelly! Right off the bat!
I'm so excited. I gotta clean it up.
Did I freak you out, Wade? All right, Shelly's like, hold on a second. What did I actually win? So, Shelly, you won an entire Rock Your School virtual party for your entire school. So we are going to be sending your entire school. Now, I know you're virtual and hybrid, so we'll work it out with you. Whether we give gift cards to your school, or you want us to send donuts and coffee. We are going to be sending you some videos. We're going to be sending you some Get Your Teach On swag to rock your school that week. So we'll be in touch with you and get you set up for your whole virtual Rock Your School party during the week of Rock Your School.
That's so cool. And our school has never done this, so this is awesome.
Yay, perfect. Well,
Shelly.
hopefully we can give you guys some things that you can use and excite you and give you some joy during the Rock Your School week.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome, Shelly. We'll talk to you soon.
Congratulations, Shelly.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, Shelly won our grand prize, but we still have 3 passes up for grabs. So I'm going to choose one more contestant from our virtual audience.
Here we go.
Let me see, virtual audience, who is rocking it out?
Some 41 music. There it is. All right.
Why is my camera that way? Oh, it's me.
Don't leave him. Don't leave him.
No!
There we go. He said,
I was like, what happened? Yeah.
We weren't going to leave you. Don't worry. We had you. We had you ready to go.
All right.
And you're rocking your GYTO shirt. I love it. I love it. Introduce yourself to everyone. Let them know who you are, where you teach, and where are you from.
I am from Clovis, California. I teach 3rd grade at Jefferson Elementary, and some of my colleagues are on here with me. So I'm representing for our school, hopefully. All right.
Awesome.
Yes,
Let's go,
all
let's
right,
go.
all right.
Did I say my
So
name?
we
I don't
have
know.
3 backstage passes left. Or, Hope, what could he win?
Or you can win a Get Your Teach On merch pack. Just like I offered Shelly.
Ooh, I want the merch pack. I'm gonna just be honest. I want the merch pack. That's what I want. Please.
All right.
He wants
We'll send
merch.
it to you.
There
We got it.
He wants to be rocking it.
I love it.
There we go. He wants the
brother.
merch back.
Appreciate
You
it.
need some more Get Your Teach On merch.
Yes, we will
I
make sure
love
we
it.
send
Have
you
fun
some
rocking
stuff.
your school this year.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Thank
Keep
you.
rocking.
Awesome. There we go. That means there's still 3 backstage passes up for grabs. So if you're in the virtual audience, the next round, you're going to want to be there. But before we get into that, speaking of Get Your Teach On merch, Sarah, we introduced some of those new merch items. I just got news that they are going fast during the rally. So if there's an item that you're thinking about, you really, really want for Rock Your School Week or for your team, or you want to send it to your school so everyone's rocking their Rock Your School shirt, head to shopgyto.com. Limited sizes are available of some of the items. So There we go. We also want to make sure we shout out our friends at Really Good Stuff for powering this morning's rally.
Yes.
Check them out at reallygoodstuff.com for all your needs all school year long, but especially for Rock Your School. They have solutions for face-to-face, hybrid, virtual, all the things there. So thank you, Really Good Stuff, for helping teachers rock their classroom. Now, it's time to get some more ideas to grow our bank as we head into the next few weeks, getting for Rock Your School Reimagine going down in February. So, Hope and Wade, I'm going to turn things over for you for a few more mini PD sessions. Take it away.
That's right. We've got some incredible ideas coming your way. And next up, you already heard from her a little bit this morning. She had to head over to a baby shower that she is throwing. But the incredible Amelia Capitosta is here to share a strategy that they're going to be doing school-wide this year. It's incredibly simple. Such a great way to build community. So let's toss it over to Amelia Capitosta.
Hi everyone, I'm Amelia Capitosta and I'm so excited to be here with you guys talking about this year's Rock Your School Reimagined. Now in the past, I have had so much fun participating in Rock Your School, so I was super excited when Get Your Teach On announced that we were going to be hosting it again. And what I love about Rock Your School is that it doesn't have to be this huge, overwhelming event. And that's for really any year. The goal of Rock Your School is just to ask us to step outside of our comfort zone, you know, maybe to do something we wouldn't normally do, but also just to do something that we can embrace who we are as an educator and celebrate our unique abilities and strengths as educators and bring that to our students. So I just want to share with you what we're going to be doing this year. I am currently right now teaching 3rd grade 100% virtually here in Ohio, and I'm teaching ELA and social studies. So I'm working with my team teacher who teaches math and science, and we're just trying to plan a week of some little tidbits of fun virtually with our students. But our main goal, we talked about this for Rock Your School, is that we wanted to do something that we really could put an emphasis on in the classroom over that week, both virtually and in person. So our district is back 5 days a week in person as an option, or parents can choose online for their students. So one thing we've noticed as teachers this year is that our students are really craving that socialization. And I know many of you guys know that. That's something that's very much been lacking this year, whether you're in person or whether you're virtual. So we really want to help our students. We've been working all year to helping them feel more part of the classroom community, both in school and online. So we decided that for Rock Your School this year, we are going to do a classroom community week. And our week is going to be all themed, focusing on ways to build classroom community. So you're thinking, you know, how are we doing that? So here's some of the suggestions that I have that we're going to be doing this year that I'd love to see if some of you guys get a chance to implement. The first thing we're going to be doing is, like I said, I work with 3rd grade ELA and social studies. So we spoke with 2 different kindergarten classes in our district. On normal years, what's normal anymore, right? On normal years, we do something called Kindergarten Buddies, where we get to meet every Friday or once a month and read with our kindergarten buddies. And that's something our students love. So we thought, you know, we could totally make that work this year, and what a great thing to do with our virtual and in-person kiddos. So what we're going to do is we paired up our 3rd graders with an in-person kindergartner. So during that week on Monday, our kids are going to be set up in a meet with their in-person kindergartner. So the in-person kindergarten kids, they have iPads, so they'll be able to join that meet on their iPad and be able to see. And then our 3rd graders who are online and virtual have Chromebooks, and they're going to join the meet, and they are going to choose their favorite book that they would like to share with their in-person kindergarten buddy. Now we've been practicing with them on ways to how they share their screen. So they're going to get their books off of Epic, Books for Kids. They picked one off of there, or they have the option, they can submit a suggestion or an idea they have to me if they have a hard copy book at home that they want to hold up to the screen and read to their kindergartner. So they're going to read a book to their kindergartners during this time to kind of get to know their kindergarten buddy. They're going to do a little getting to know you activity that you can see. And then their kindergarten buddy is going to share some of their reading progress, and we're going to celebrate their reading progress that they've made this year. So our kindergarten buddies that are in person are going to share a poem that they've been working on and a short little reading book that they've been working on reading as well. So that's how we're going to do with the in-person kindergartners. Then we didn't want to leave out our virtual kindergartners. So we're also going to meet with a virtual kindergarten class on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, what we're going to do is we're all going to join the same meet together, which I know sounds crazy because there's a lot of us. We're going to join the same meet together and we're going to send them into breakout rooms. And then once they are in those breakout rooms, they're going to be in breakout rooms of 2 third graders and 2 kindergartners. The third graders are going to share a book with them virtually, just like they did with their kindergartners on Monday. And then it'll give their kindergartners opportunities to ask them questions, and we have a little getting to know you activity to do with them as well. And our goal and our hope is that building this community right now, we're going to continue this through the rest of the year. So giving them opportunities, hopefully at least once a month, to meet with this in-person and virtual kindergarten buddy to read together and get to know one another. And our third graders, I know, are going to absolutely love it. All right, and then the next thing that we're doing is on Wednesday, we are going to meet with in-person third graders. So we're going to set up a meet with the in-person third graders. What we're going to do is we've been reading, our class has been reading Because of Winn-Dixie, and the in-person third graders have been reading Because of Winn-Dixie. So on Wednesday, we're going to have a virtual and in-person showing of the movie. And what we're going to do is basically all join in the meet together, and they're going to watch it in person, and we're going to watch part of it virtually on our meet, and then we're going to pause the movie and just have a little class discussion in breakout rooms to talk about the movie versus the book with the discussion questions that we're guiding them with. Then lastly, the last thing we're going to do to finish out the week is what's great at Rock Your School Week. The date this year falls with it being February 8th through the 12th. February 14th, we all remember as Valentine's Day, but it's not just Valentine's Day, it's also National Ferris Wheel Day. So I always save this book to read on this day of the year, so we'll read it on that Friday. It's the book Mr. Ferris and His Wheel, and it's the story of how the Ferris wheel was invented by George Ferris. So we're going to read that book with our students, and we are going to do a little STEM building activity with our in-person students. So all students need for this activity is straws and then the paper cutout of the Ferris wheel. We are able to do pickup of supplies for our virtual students once a trimester, so every 12 weeks. So in their 12-week pickup, they got straws and these little circles for the Ferris wheels. So we're going to read aloud the book to both the in-person kids and the virtual kids, and then they're each going to build their Ferris wheel, and then we're going to show them off in pictures in Google Classroom. So our goal, building classroom community, that's how we're going to rock our school, both virtually and in person this year.
Amelia Capitosta, everybody, always coming in clutch with amazing ideas.
Such a wealth of
What
knowledge.
a cool way to really tap into your school community and really engage your in-person, your virtual students. I know there were a lot of questions about that. How do we navigate this world? And Amelia gave you an incredible way to do that. And we're going to keep the strategies coming. And so, of course, with it being Rock Your School and focusing on student engagement, as Wade knows, what better way to do that than through music?
I'm going to
you
get my
don't
guitar.
have
Just
to
kidding.
be. He's going to rock out for you right now. And you don't have to be a musician. That's the best part. You don't have to know anything about music to be able to use this as a resource in your classroom. So we brought the queen of using music in her classroom, Miss Katie Mullins. So she's no stranger to the Get Your Teach On team and to the sessions. If you've seen her and Wade's session, they have some incredible strategies. But here's how you can do it through all of the models during Rock Your School Week. So help us welcome to the rally, Katie Mullins.
Well, hello, happy Rock Your School Week. My name is Katie Mullins. I'm so excited to be sharing with you how you can enliven your lessons with music this week. So I'm going to share 2 strategies. The first strategy is to spice up any review you're doing over any content you're covering by having your students decipher a mystery song. Now, as with everything, I think it's all about the energy you bring to it. So when I did this with my class, I donned my favorite sparkly jacket. I took on the persona of Susie Rockstar for the day, and I looped with my kids this year. They still regularly ask me when Susie Rockstar is returning. So costumes are highly encouraged. The setup for this activity is really simple. You're going to create a multiple choice review, except instead of the typical A, B, C, D answers, the answers will correspond with notes on a piano, and these notes will form a song. There's a lot of ways you can do this. I'm going to share how I did with my class. I had them in 5 groups, and each group, the answers actually formed a different song. This is nice because on the one hand, you could differentiate the questions, Or you could also just change the letter answers to correspond to the different songs, if that makes sense. So I like to use popular songs because I think it amps up the engagement factor. But I will say that when they're trying to play a song on a virtual keyboard and they don't know the rhythm of the notes, it might be a little tricky for them to figure out of all the songs in the world, what song is this? So what I recommend is play a snippet of the 5 possible songs in the beginning to get them excited, to get them thinking, okay, our answers are going to be one of these songs. We have to figure out which one. If you really want to challenge them, you don't have to do that, but that would be my advice. So this is an example of a recording sheet. As they answer the questions, they're going to fill in the letters. There's a spot for 18 questions. You'll have access to this for free if you want to use it for those 5 songs. Oh, the 5 songs I used are Old Town Road, Let It Go, Eye of the Tiger, Me, and High Hopes. So if you want this, you can use it. You just need to come up with those 18 review questions over whatever content you're currently studying and make it so that the answers match these songs. So once the kids figure out what their song is, they get to play it. That's super fun. But a nice extension is, if you really want to challenge them, have them now create their own review questions that have their own mystery song. So they have to figure out how to play their song and come up with review questions where the answers will match the notes on that song. And then they can help quiz other people. So as I was playing over here, there are tons of online websites that have free keyboards. There's a free keyboard app on the iPad. So if you have the kids in breakout rooms on Zoom working on this, they can be using a virtual keyboard. You can even be using iPads at school. Some other options, if you're not one-to-one with devices and you're in person, you could cut and laminate little keyboards, finger keyboards, so that kids can be playing it and maybe one person has the iPad and they're sounding out the actual notes. Another way to ramp it up and make it fun, if you're in person, if you can get one of those stomp piano pads. I have one from Amazon. That's a nice COVID safe way to have a kid stomp out the song with their feet. But you don't have to get that. Another option is I got a big white tarp and cut it up and made little stomp piano pads out of the tarp with black duct tape. And even though they don't make any sound, it was just another way to get some of our kids moving and practicing stomping it out, learning about the notes on the piano. So there's a little extra cross-curricular learning there. So that's the mystery song activity. It's just a fun way to spice up any review you may have. Now the second way I can't not mention, because my favorite way to bring music into the classroom is to change the words to a song that the kids love and use that to introduce or review some content. If there's any good thing to come out of this year, I know I've become so much more grateful for things I used to take for granted, and using music is definitely one of those. So in person, we're not able to sing because of the spreading of germs, but we can still dance. And the same goes for virtual, because the sounds like syncing up singing over Zoom is a little wacky, but you can still dance. And so I have the kids teach them, come up with movements and teach each other. And then when we do one of our songs now, we go, it's time to dance. They clap twice, they stand up, we do our song. And I really feel, because of the whole TikTok craze right now, they're even more into the dancing. I had one kid who was a little hesitant to participate in the beginning with the dancing. And he was like, I don't dance. And another kid said, what? You can do the renegade. You do these TikTok dances all the time. He was like, oh. He was like, yeah. And he stood up and started dancing. So I say take advantage of that TikTok momentum, get them dancing so we can still enjoy music even if it looks different this year. I have a bunch of songs at Teaching on Tables if you want to put one of those MP3s into a Google Slide, if that's helpful. Whatever you do, I hope you'll be moving and grooving this week, and happy Rocker School.
Thank you, Katie. Time to get a moving and grooving.
That's
so
right.
many great strategies. And yes, we've been looking at your comments. All of these resources are available to you right now at shopgyto.com. As Chris mentioned, it is going to ask for your billing address, but these are all free resources. That is just part of the platform. We can't get around that. So you will have to include your billing address, but you will not be asked for your credit card information. All of the resources, the letter templates, everything that you need is going to be included
everything Amelia
right
talked
there.
about,
a
that Katie
one-stop
talked
shop.
about, everything is right there. But thank you so much, Katie. Holy cow. so much fun, and I love how she kind of took it a step further of
Yes.
your kids can create their own questions to their own songs too. So really, really cool.
And I also love how every single presenter, you're seeing the fun, you're seeing the excitement, you're seeing the engagement, you're seeing how they're using their go-to things, but they're also focusing on that academic rigor as well, and how you can integrate those standards, how you can get the students learning without even realize they're learning because they're having so much fun doing
engagement.
it. So we've got another amazing session coming up next. It is Ty Cook, and this one I'm really excited about. I think Rock Your School Week is the perfect time to take your kids on a field trip. Oh wait, you can't take your kids places? Duh. So he's going to talk all about virtual field trips. Such a great strategy for Rock Your School Week or beyond. So let's shoot it over to Ty Cook.
Hey, my name is Ty Cook, and today I'm going to give you an idea to help you and your students rock your school and get excited about learning. I am typically a 7th grade science teacher, but this year I have found myself teaching 6th to 8th grade online math, and we know as teachers we have had to reimagine literally everything we do. And we've done it in stride. And this week, Rock Your School is doing the exact same. We are reimagining what Rock Your School looks like. And I was thinking about what is different from a normal year to this year, and what do I miss most? And one of the things that came to my mind was field trips. As an adult and as a teacher, I still get just as excited on a field trip day as my students do. And it's because I get to see what we've learned in class, get connected to those real world examples, hands-on learning, and see my students have those aha moments. And I want to be able to bring that into this abnormal school year and get my students excited about learning. So today I'm going to show you a free resource that you can use to do the same, and you can transport your students virtually anywhere. So we're basically going to be Miss Frizzle on a magic school bus. So seatbelts, everybody. Let's take a look. Let's start by going to wideopenschool.org. You're going to find a ton of free resources, but we're going to click on See All Subjects, and then we're going to scroll down to Virtual Field Trips. The great thing about this website is that you can select your grade level, so this is going to give you virtual field trips that are more tailored to what you will need. So I'm going to click on 6th through 8th grade. And you can see that there are so many incredible things that we could do. I'm going to highlight the civil rights movement one. You can see the White House, and you can scroll and scroll. They have lots and lots to choose from. So one of the first ones I wanted to show you, this is the Van Gogh Museum, and you're actually able to go through the museum on your own as if you were there in person. So not only can you do that, and this is part of Google Arts and Culture, you can also see all of the paintings they have, and they have stories that go along with Van Gogh's life as he was creating these paintings. So that's a really cool art. Another one, this is the Globe Theater. So if you're teaching Shakespeare, this is a really great resource to get students to understand more what the Globe Theater looks like as if they were there in person. And they also have videos and plays that you can watch. So that is a really cool opportunity. This is Antarctica before dinosaurs. And as a teacher who teaches the geologic timescale, this is a very cool thing to tie in with the fossil record. For a social studies teacher, this is an interactive tour of Ellis Island. So you can take the tour, and this is a really great tie-in for when you're talking about immigration into the United States, especially how they differed on the East and West Coast.
Our national parks are wonderlands.
And the great thing about this is you can explore many different national parks, and they have resources that go along with it.
To visit the island of Hawaii is to take a trip back in time, when the map of the world was still bubbling beneath the surface of the ocean. Explore the land shaped by the world's most active volcano with park ranger Andrea Ka'avaloa Okita, who grew up with Hawaii Volcanoes National Park in her backyard.
Compared to the rest of the planet,
Hawaii is very young.
This is another incredible resource, and it's from Google Arts and Culture, and it's photos from the civil rights movement. Not only do they have amazing photos that document the civil rights movement, they also have information that goes along with this. And you can explore topics related to this, as well as spark conversations with your students. The opportunities with virtual field trips are literally limitless, and they provide us so many great opportunities to expose our students to the arts, to different cultures from around the world, geographic areas, to museums, to so many things. So I hope you'll take an opportunity this week and transport your students on that magic school bus to another dimension. But most importantly, have fun, and remember that whatever you're doing for Rock Your School is enough, and there is no better expert on your students than you as their teacher, and it's gonna look different for every classroom. But I hope y'all have a blast rocking your school, and I can't wait to see what y'all come up with.
Seatbelts, everyone. Ty, that was incredible. So many great strategies that we can take our kids around the world, especially, we think about that virtual isn't always ideal. We get it, but there are so many opportunities that we can have in a virtual world that we did not have when we were face to face. So again, COVID's not going to last forever. Right? So take an opportunity. If you are virtual right now, take an opportunity to take a virtual field trip. The things that you're not going to be able to do necessarily when you are face-to-face, that you can do in a virtual setting. So again, but that can be done virtually, in person, hybrid. He gave so many strategies for all the different environments that we're teaching in right now.
And he just capitalized on, what's best for your kids, and you are enough.
That's exactly right.
Do what you can do, and remember, you are enough. And I mean, all of our presenters, I want to go work for them. If they were principals, which some of them are, I'm like, oh, Ty, I could work for you, buddy. I really could.
Well, Ty, if you ever start your own school or your principal, Wade's going to be lined up for a job. So once again, thank you to Ty. Thank you to Amelia. Thank you to Katie Mullins. Such great information. If you are liking what you are seeing, guys, we have something amazing coming your way.
Oh, yeah.
And you are the first to hear that registration opens up next weekend, January 23rd, for an incredible online virtual learning opportunity, a lot like what you're seeing today. It is Get Your Teach On's first ever Level Up. It is coming on March 13th. And this is going to be unlike anything that we've ever done before as far as a conference.
Right.
Everybody, when you come to Get Your Teach On, we're talking about strategies for instructing you on the standards, how to incorporate your standards,
how to adapt
into
it to
these
what you
strategies,
teach.
right? But this is going to be specifically standards-based,
Right.
power standard, strategy-driven for your specific grade level. So what you're going to do, if you are a kindergarten teacher, you're going to choose which track you want to go on. I want to be kindergarten math, or I want to be kindergarten ELA. Those are going to be the two first tracks that we're going to offer during this time. And within that, you are going to get some micro PD. They're going to be about 15, 20-minute sessions, either workshops or model lessons from some amazing educators, and they are going to show you how to teach those difficult power standards. We reached out to a lot of teachers and said, what were your pain points? What are your pain points? What do you struggle the most with? What do kids not get?
Right.
What are they bored with? And we've attacked those power standards for you. You're going to get a lesson plan for each power standard, a video. You're going to get the digital resources and an assessment. So that way, much like
Right.
today, it's a one-stop shop where you can just implement everything into your classroom the next day. And again, it's going to be a grade level specific track. We have kindergarten all the way to 5th grade. You're going to choose ELA or math, or you could do both. Wade and I are going to be coming to you live. We're also going to have some live keynotes. It is going to be an amazing time. And again, the sessions are going to be micro. They're going to be 15 to 20 minutes.
It's going to be fantastic. And just like Hope said, we have spent a lot of time just diving into those power standards, those struggling standards. Lanisha Tab, obviously the expert in the K1 realm, with Amelia Capitosta and Hope and I sitting together and then talking to teachers all around the country to really, really see what you guys need. And it's going to be an amazing event. It's going to equip you, but it's going to be specific to what you need dealing with ELA or math.
And again, it's going to be March 13th, as you see right here, but you will have access to that content for an entire year.
Right.
So you can look back, you can watch those videos, but we wanted to give you videos that you could watch during a planning period or at night. We don't want you to be spending, 60, 70 minutes.
No.
We want you those short clips, again, things that you can take back to your classroom and implement. And so
It's
we are
gonna be
so
really
excited
good.
for Level Up.
It's a lot of
So
work. It's a lot of sessions we got to watch,
It's a
but
lot.
it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be amazing. So before we head into these last two PDs that we've got for you today, and they are amazing, so you don't want to miss them, we're going to send it back over to our friend Chris in Orlando because he's got some more giveaways that we are going to do to celebrate you guys right now. So Chris, take it away.
That's right. Now, we are about to head back to our virtual audience, but before we do, I want to give another surprise prize right now. Now, you never know what the surprise prize might be, but if you're watching today's broadcast, you might have a hint on what it could be, and it might be time to take this giveaway and level up a little bit. I don't know. I'm just saying it might be. So, go ahead and share this video right now. Let everyone know that they can catch the replay. The more times you share, the more time you comment, the more chances you have to win one of those surprise prizes and take your giveaway
You know what, Chris?
just to level up.
You know what? We'll just make it a registration for your entire team to attend Level Up. That can be the surprise prize giveaway. There you go.
Okay, that just took the giveaway literally.
There you
literally
go.
Through. I was gonna say it, but I didn't want to give it away. So there we go. Your entire team is gonna choose a strand of Level Up. Go ahead and share this video. Encourage them to catch the replay. It's gonna be available on the Get Your Teach On Facebook page after we're done in just a little bit. Also encourage them to watch the replay back all the way from the beginning to make sure that they catch all the sessions that they may have missed already. Now, let's head back to our virtual audience for two more giveaways. So virtual audience, let's rock one more time. Here we go.
All right, Chase.
All right, let's see which Edu Rock star is going to be competing for one of those prizes. Here we go.
There it goes. Woo! Got the boa and everything.
He's ready. She's ready. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Rachel Sporting, and I am from Missouri.
Missouri. Okay, Missouri. And what do you teach?
I teach second grade, and I have a rock star team that we are hooked in with Get Your Teach On and have been to the national conference together. Yay! And we're trying to get our whole school on board.
Yes,
That's
awesome.
amazing. So if you want to get your whole school on board, just like our friend here, you can check out those free resources on the Get Your Teach On merch store with a whole starter kit with letters for admin, letters for teachers. Everything is right there for you. So make sure you check those out to help get your whole school, okay? All right, now it's time to give you some prizes. So we have 3 passes left, 1, 2, or 3. Or Hope, what could she win?
Or you can win a $25 Amazon gift card.
All right, so are you going to choose one of the backstage passes or the Amazon gift card?
I am going to go for one of the backstage passes.
Okay.
Okay, which number?
I have to stick with 2. Because I love my second graders.
All right.
There we go, number 2.
Are you ready for your prize? Here's what you've won. This is amazing. You have won. I'm glad you didn't choose the $25 Amazon gift card because you've won $250 to really good stuff to purchase whatever you want for your classroom, for Rock Your School, whatever your needs are. $250.
They've got some really great stuff.
I am so excited.
Really good.
There you go. There you go. Thank you. Really good stuff.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Have a great school year.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you to Really Good Stuff for powering today's Rock Your School rally. Now let's go back to our virtual audience and choose one more contestant. Here we go. Back to our virtual audience.
Hold on one second, Chris. Before we do that, again, we want to say, Wade and I want to say thank you to Really Good Stuff and all they do to support Rock Your School. Also Get Your Teach On. And I think that actually, because we just gave away their prize, they have a special Rock Your School message to all of you.
Let's go.
Hi, Edu Rockstars. It's Angela from Really Good Stuff. Whether you're rocking this school year hybrid, in person, or virtually, Really Good Stuff has the tools you need to help you be successful. Whether you're in need of organizers, furniture, games, flip charts, clipboards, magnetic charts, we have all the things that can help you rock this school year and all the school years to come. Make sure you check out our free resources on our website. And as always, Really Good Stuff is proud to be a part of Get Your Teach On and Rock Your School. Rock on, educators.
Love Angela so much.
Yes,
oh, wow.
The entire Really Good
Yes,
Stuff team.
they're
They're so amazing.
Yep.
And so they always are doing everything they can to provide teachers with resources for their classroom. All right, Chris, now we're ready to head back to the virtual audience.
All right, let's go. Let's bring up our virtual audience one more time and choose our final contestant.
All right, Chase, who you got for
this
us?
round? Okay, here we go. Who's it going to be?
Oh, he's going to page 2. He's getting fancy, folks. He's getting really fancy over here. All right.
Hi, how are you? What's your name and where are you from?
Hi, my name is Ann Tong, and I'm from California, Orange County, California.
Woohoo! I wish you were there right now with your weather. It's
So
beautiful.
you woke up very early for this rally. What time did you wake up to watch the rally?
I did. I was at 7 a.m. and I saw it online and I was like, okay, we're going.
That's the way to start your Saturday. That's commitment. So you deserve this prize. You deserve it. So do you want to choose one of the 2 backstage passes that Wade has, or do you want to win
$25
to Amazon?
All right, I'm going to choose the backstage pass.
Okay.
Backstage pass. All right.
Okay. Oh, sorry, you
All
didn't have a mic.
right, so I
1 or
choose
3?
First grade. So
Okay.
first grade, my firsties, I got to go for 1.
Well, I'm really glad,
All right.
once again, that you did not choose the $25 to Amazon, because instead you won $100 to Amazon to purchase anything that you need for Rock Your School Week. Awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for waking
You're
up
so
early and
welcome.
joining us.
Congratulations.
Woohoo!
You made my weekend.
Oh, we're so glad. We're so glad. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right, Edge Rock Stars, the prizes are not done yet. Remember, if you share out this video, you're entered to win those surprise prizes. And in the comments, if you share one of your takeaways, you'll be winning that. You could win that virtual kickoff for your entire team from Get Your Teach On. So share out this video, encourage everyone to join in and participate in the comments with your takeaways for your chance to win that virtual kickoff for your team. Now, I'm going to send things over back to Hope and Wade for our final 2 PD sessions. Take it away.
Thank you, Chris. And in addition to that, our Get Your Teach On team is also on the Get Your Teach On Instagram. They are sharing what you are sharing. They're sharing what you are sharing on our stories. And we're also looking there as well to see your takeaways. We're going to be selecting some winners for registrations to level up as well as to Get Your Teach On. We want to get as many of you possible as we can there. So make sure you're sharing out those takeaways on social media as well. But like Chris said, we're ready to dive into two more
sessions. Yeah.
Amazing sessions, going to give you tons of ideas, as you can see, for Rock Your School and beyond. It's not just for Rock Your School Week. So next, we're going to turn it over to, again, she has been an incredible part of Get Your Teach On, working behind the scenes in the Magic Squad. She has incredible ideas, and so we're going to turn it over to Miss Katie Smith.
Hey friends, my name is Katie Smith and I'm a 5th grade teacher in Birmingham, Alabama. What a crazy year we have had. I personally have been in person since August, but not without a lot of changes. We have these nice dividers on our desks. The kids are not allowed to move around the room as much. And what I was worried about the most with these socially distant classrooms to keep our kids safe was the lack of games. I use games all the time to boost student engagement, collaboration, and just add a little fun to the classroom. And that was not something I was willing to let go just because of socially distant classrooms. I found that Jamboard, an interactive whiteboard provided by Google, has been the perfect fit for helping create that engaging environment, that collaborative environment with games for my students that's still completely safe. It's something you can use whether you're in person or at home as well. Jamboard is a collaborative whiteboard where you can draw, you can add sticky notes, you can add pictures, you can play games. It is so incredibly phenomenal for collaboration, whether you are collaborating with someone in the same room as you or you're collaborating with someone in a different house than you. You can discuss things, you can provide input. My favorite way to use Jamboard is to incorporate some games. So let's pull out our computers and let's see how it's done. Let's get started. I have pulled up a test Jamboard for us to check out. This is what a brand new Jamboard looks like. And let's check out all these awesome features on the side. We can write, we can erase, we can add sticky notes, which is a fabulous collaboration tool. We can add images, we can add shapes, which is very beneficial when we're playing games. We can add a text box, and then there's even this cool laser feature if you want to point something out. Something super important to note is that when we share this with our kids, we need to make sure this is set to edit, because when our kids are able to edit, that's when they're able to collaborate. All right, let's look at some Jamboards that I have already made for us to all use. I have made Connect 4. Kids can play a game of Connect 4, try to connect the 4 of their discs together before their partner. We have made Tic-Tac-Toe, where kids can try to get 3 in a row. I have made one that allows for some workspace if you are all virtual, which we'll talk about in a second. There is 4 corners. You can pose a question to your whole class. If they agree or disagree, they can move their sticky note accordingly. And last but not least, your students can play a game of match. This would be super fun for vocabulary words, but for Rock Your School Day, I simply used different pictures. Students will remove the covers, and then if they get it wrong, they don't find a match, they simply replace them. All right, so let's talk about how this would look in our classroom. The first thing you want to do is pick which game you want to do, and you need to make a copy of the slide for every partner group in your class by clicking the word duplicate. So if I have 20 kids, I need 10 of these slides. Next, I'm going to assign each of these slides to a partner group. So I might say that Jim and Tyrone are going to be on slide number 2. They are going to work whatever academic assignment you give them. I like to pair this with a reading passage with comprehension questions or math problems, anything like that. The kids are going to solve the problem, discuss their answer. I have them to solve the problem independently, discuss their answer, come to a conclusion, and then they get to play a round of the game. The cool thing about this is as soon as I've moved my piece, my partner can see where I've moved it. So it's super quick. After each person has played a round of the game, we jump right back into another piece of academic content. If you are all virtual, you might choose a game that looks like this. I love this collaboration option for those of us that are virtual. If your kids are working from home, they can still show their work to their partner using the text feature or the writing feature, which will allow them to be able to collaborate. I can do my work up here. My partner can do his work down there. We can talk about our answers. We can add sticky notes with comments that we need to add, and then we can quickly play a round of tic-tac-toe. Simply adding a quick little game, a collaborative piece makes learning a little bit more exciting, a little bit more fun, and my kids have really loved it. All right, guys, do we love Jamboard yet? I sure hope that you do. I hope that you will give it a try in your classroom to help create some collaboration, some fun, some student engagement. I really think you and your kids will love it. Whether you try Jamboard or some other unique experience for your kiddos on Rock Your School Day, I cannot wait to see what you do, and I know it is going to be a blast. So, what do y'all say? Want to get to rocking? See y'all later. Bye.
Thank you, Katie. So many amazing ways and resources to continue to be able to use games in your classroom, have that interactive component, have that little bit of competition.
Resources are right there at shopgetyourteachon.com.
Yes.
So
So many great strategies. Thank you once again, Katie. She shares so much on her social media as well. Always just a wealth of information. And so we are going to shoot it over to one of our friends for the final PD session. Well, actually, she's now the coordinator for the K1 group, Miss Lanisha Tabb. She is going to talk all about motion and movement, because if you know anything about Lanisha, she's also a phenomenal Zumba instructor. And so she paired something that she enjoys that brings her joy with her love for teaching. And she's going to talk about how to get your kids up, moving and grooving during Rock Your School. So welcome, Miss Lanisha Tabb.
Hi there, my name is Lanisha Tabb, and I'm coming to you from a pretty empty classroom in my corner where I am a virtual teacher this year. I'm teaching 30 plus kindergartners virtually. They've never been into school, and so it's been a year like none other. And so because of that, I was so excited to hear that Rock Your School was still happening, and I was thinking, what can I do? What can I do to really sort of change up the, sometimes in January and February, it can get a little monotonous. So I thought, what can I do to change up the monotonous feel we've got going on? Where I live, it's cold outside. We can just get stuck in a rut during this time of year. And I thought, oh my gosh, what can I do to really make this Rock Your School time fun for myself and fun for my students as well. I also knew it couldn't be something too serious, and it couldn't take a lot of planning this year because, we all have so much going on. And so what I decided to do was, I decided to take my love for teaching kindergarten and combine it with my love of teaching Zumba, because I'm a Zumba instructor in the evenings. And so I'm gonna merge those two together. I'm gonna get my kids up and moving with a couple of fun games that are just going to require a quick slideshow with a couple of fun slides stuck in there. And so here's the plan. And I feel like this is something that I could do just as easily if my students were here in person, okay? So no matter your teaching situation, this should be something that you can do in order to get your kids up and moving and celebrating Rock Your School Day. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a skill that we just need to practice, right? There are just some skills that just require practice, okay? For me and my students this year, that's sight words. We just really need to drill those sight words. And it's also just some simple addition facts. I really want them to know those facts fluently. So what I'm gonna do is create a simple PowerPoint, and each slide is gonna have either one sight word on it, or it will have one math problem or math fact on there. And I'm just gonna put a little fun music on, and we're going to say the sight words or give the answer to the math problem. But every couple of slides, I'm going to sneak in a slide that's probably going to say, break it down. And if they see the break it down slide, I'm going to teach them exactly what that means. And so as a Zumba instructor, I'm gonna teach them a couple Zumba moves, right? So I'm gonna teach them a little salsa, all right? I might teach them a little merengue. I might teach them a little cumbia, but at the end of the day, they can do whatever they want, okay? And you can even take it a step further if you would like, and you can ask your students to do a specific dance move, right? You can throw in a slide that says, do the floss, or, all of these other dances that these kiddos love to do. And here's the deal, you gotta make sure you do it as well, okay? Teacher, talking to you. You have to hop up. Like, kids love to see their teachers get up, move around, get a little silly. They're gonna laugh, they're gonna smile, and it's all going to be so much fun. And it's gonna take little to no effort, okay? So again, there's the idea. Create a PowerPoint, very quick practice slideshow of a skill that your students need, and then throw some music on as you guys are just yelling out what the answer is or what the sight word is. Slide those in there that say break it down, or put a specific dance move in there, and get up and get moving with your kids in order to celebrate this Rock Your School Day.
There she is. There she is.
I told you, an easy way to get your kids up and moving during Rock Your School. Well, there you have it, teachers. If you don't have an idea for Rock Your School by now, we're fresh out. No, I'm kidding. We are, like Sarah told you, there's going to be more ideas coming to the blog. We've got more ideas to give you guys. But we hope that this at least gave you a starting place, equipped you with what you need for Rock Your School Day or Rock Your School Week coming up in February. We cannot wait.
Yeah, if you are doing Rock Your School, let your community know. Let your local newspaper know. Let your local news stations know, and you can let them know by using the press release at shop GYTO.com. It's right there already for you to send out. in the correct format to those folks.
And please, please, please encourage everyone that's doing Rock Your School. Again, encourage people to try it, encourage people to do it. Send them to this video because they can use this as a replay to see what it is. But please go to getyourteachon.com and register because our team is going to be sending out videos to different schools. We got some special things coming that we want to surprise some schools with. So if you want potentially your school or your classroom to be one of those, you've got to register so we have your information to be able to contact you. So encourage everybody to register at the Get Your Teach On at getyourteachon.com so we know that you're participating so you can be potentially one of those schools that we get to surprise that week. So that's all we have for you for the PD, but we want to wrap this up with a couple more giveaways. And before I send it to Chris, by the way, speaking of merch, we know the shirt that I had on this morning was the Cream Teach shirt, and a lot of you reached out because those sold out so fast, and so that you would like one of those. So we were able to make some more of those available to you, but there are not a lot. So if you wanted one of the Cream Teach shirts that I had on this morning, you saw Sarah DeLuey in it, Kelly had it on as well. Make sure you head over to GYTO.com and purchase that because we don't have many of those left. But let's bring it back in for the final time. The one, the only, the Edu rock star, Chris Pombano, everybody.
Oh, thank you for that introduction. I've been rocking my home office here, and it is freezing, but I can't get up to turn on the heat, so it is freezing in Florida today. So, you guys are rocking home. We're about to do one last huge giveaway, but before you do, I want to remind you to go to shopgyto.com for all the resources you heard today, plus so much more. Also on shopgyto.com are free back-to-school passes, just like the ones that Wade had, backstage passes that you can give your kids, certificates of completion for Rock Your School, the press release, the starter kit, letters for your administration, all the resources, and so much more. So everything you saw here and more, as well as all of Sarah Dooley's background, slides, the interactive piano, all the things are on that website. So head there, shopgyto.com. Everything is for free. You'll add them to your cart, and everything is for free right on there. Also, like Hope said, encourage everyone to register at rockyourschoolday.com and also join the Facebook group, GYTO's Rock Your School, to collaborate with educators over the next few weeks as we get ready to reimagine Rock Your School 2021. Now, let's check in with our virtual audience one more time because we have one final pass to give away. So, virtual audience, are you ready to rock? There they are. They've been hanging with us. Virtual audience, thank you so much for being here all morning. I love that everyone has signs. I wish I knew what they said, but I see so many people with signs. I just wish I knew what they said. I feel like it's Good Morning America where you stand outside with the sign.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it worked. Your sign worked because you were picked.
Heck yeah.
Did you just do that this morning?
Absolutely, yeah. Had to take
So
off
you just created that just for this?
Had to take off the Christmas saying because it's now the middle of January. So.
I love it. There you go. There you go. Making it work. So you were productive this morning too. That's good. So what's your name and where are you from?
My name is Zach Loquist. I am from just outside of Ames, Iowa, Central Iowa, and I teach 7th grade science.
Awesome.
7th grade science. Are you face-to-face, virtual, hybrid?
We've actually been face-to-face all year. So
okay.
It's really different and really hard, but it's good. So
Awesome. So are you ready? Now, everyone chose before you, so you can choose the final pass or Hope, what do you have to offer?
I have a $25 Amazon gift card, and we've got a special guest here with your final pass. And speaking of that, Christmas was already over.
Maverick brought the final grand prize
He's got
today.
on Santa jammy, so don't worry about your Christmas sign.
I love it. I'll go for the pass. I want the pass.
The pass. All right,
Okay.
let's do it.
Are you ready, Maverick? You want to tell him what he's won? Yeah. Yeah? Okay, let's tell him. So, you can choose for this to be for you or for your school, completely up to you, but we are giving you a $100 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts. So whether you run on Dunkin' or you want to share that with your school and bring donuts for the week of Rock Your School, you can choose, but that's coming your way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Take down the rest of your Christmas decorations now. That's your plan for the rest of the day. All right, everybody. We've had a blast joining you this this morning for our official Rock Your School rally, and this is just the beginning. Over the next few weeks on the Get Your Teach On website, Facebook, blog, the Rock Your School group, in your email, tons of more resources and ideas are going to be coming your way. And the best resources are going to be coming from you. We want to see what you're doing.
Right.
So as you're planning for the next few weeks, share out with #RockYourSchool. Don't forget to register at rockyourschoolday.com. Thank you, Hope, Wade, and Maverick for rocking with us this morning.
Thank you, everybody. We're so excited. We cannot wait for Rock Your School Week. Say bye-bye.
All right, have a great 3-day weekend, and we will see you all soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Keep rocking.
Bye, guys.